I think we're live. Hello, are we live? Yeah, we're live. Hi, everybody. This is Brown. It is Thursday. Thursday? What? 15th of May in the year of our Lord 2025. I'm sure Open Bar is shitting it because we're transmitting. Good to see you, everybody. Shall we get the guest out? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, first up, the channel's very own Darth Kiplin. Darth.
Oh, you're bringing me on
Yeah, yes. I had a brain fart then.
Yes, you find me just flesh from constructing my own part of my throne room.
Shelves.
Yes, there's somewhere to put my trophies and Sith artifacts. So this is basically this picture showing what I've been doing for the last several weeks while I've been on the stream. So
yes, look, great, mate. It is great to have you on. So we get the next people.
Please do, please do.
Okay. Golden reach around droid of choice and all that malarkey. His motivator has been fixed. It is Zee-ThreePIO.
It is I am back again. Here I am.
Hello there.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm glad that we've switched to a 3-episode format.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
I think it's going to work. Have we got any more psychopaths to come on?
And on that bombshell, it is great to have you, mate. Should we get the next peepong?
Oh, yes.
Okay. We've got 9,920 people watching this. They've all come from Open Bar. Amazing, isn't it? Next, it's wonderful to have this guy on. It is the fantastic. He's all the way from the future. It is Echo Chamberlain.
All right, mate. How's it going?
Not bad. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, it's always good to be on talking about the dregs of Star Wars. So thanks for the invite again.
Is it real Star Wars, though? Is that the question?
I don't even know what Star Wars is.
Does it? Well, does anybody?
Well, my audience certainly doesn't fucking care, and my worst performing video of all time with my latest Andor.
Really?
Anything I do with Star Wars, nobody cares anymore. Wow. I don't know why I still do it. I'm probably going to delete the video after this the stream.
I'll have it. I'll put it on mine. So okay.
Fair enough.
Echo, it's great to have you, mate. Shall we get the next people on?
Go ahead, mate.
Okay. Next, the guy who's produced today's show, taking one for the team and all that. It is the wonderful, not Brian.
Evening chat, evening Brune panel. How are we all?
How about you?
I'm not too bad. I'm thoroughly sick of this effing show, to be quite honest, after the last few days.
You love it.
This goddamn forsaken live stream. Echo, can I make a request that you don't tear that video down until I've watched the second half of it, please?
So you couldn't even get halfway. You managed to get halfway through it, and then you attention.
I had to do it in 2 sittings, a bit like Andor.
All right, fine.
Except yours was entertaining.
And had a plot. Oh, I suppose Andor's got a plot, but anyway.
Too much plot, that's the
point. I'm just a knuckle scraper anyway. So okay. Shall we there is another. Apparently. There's another.
This round head is bleeding, but you can't see his blood. I hurt the man baby's feelings with the shit I made up. Now I can't write a film script like the way it's meant to be. Leia will fly and Luke must die, 'cause baby, that's just me. And I, get your lighters out, my babies, will ruin Star Wars always. And Tony Gilroy will bore the tears out of us with Andor. Shove George Lucas where the sun don't shine. With a trilogy, I'll fix the whole timeline. When the franchise dies, I'll be drunk on wine and I'll ruin Star Wars.
Oh, brilliant.
There you go, man, babies. I'm getting emotional after that one. How are we doing? Get a bit special.
Hold on, mate. Hold on.
Oh.
Beautiful vibrato in that one.
Okay. Hello to everyone seeking asylum from the Wankfest over Andor tonight, over at the open bar. So, we like to see ourselves as if the Drinker was the Conservative Party, we see ourselves as the alternative and reform over here.
Very good.
But that's as far as we go with the political analogies. Don't worry. Well, hey,
are you Ruin Farage?
No, I think I'd be that new bit of posh totty that's just become mayor of fucking Yorkshire or wherever. I don't know, but yeah, especially with my one massive tits that Echo rather likes, don't you, Echo?
I'm very partial to it.
Yeah, one big tit's all you need. You don't need two; you just need one massive one.
Memory all alone in your avatar.
Anyway, I'm honestly, when you told me, Brian, we're doing 3 episodes in one.
Not my idea.
Well, I think it could be a good one. I just wish I watched them now. It's so disappointed in myself.
Have you seen Predator yet? That's what we all want to know.
Okay, Predator. Okay, I'm going to level with you guys. Predator. I sat down on Tuesday night, right? I had nothing on. House to myself, pants off, rum out. I thought, going through the old 1,500 Sky channels, I thought, I've got Predator on, what do you call it? The record thing. Yeah, I've recorded it. It's got Predator. Some fuckers deleted Predator off the old Sky.
Joking.
So, I'm not joking. We're at that situation. We've only got the old 1 terabyte in Shea Ruin, and we have the Jeremy Vine show on Series Link, and it's you're talking 3 hours a day there. 3 hours a day, so it fills up pretty quick. So some bastard has gone through and said, "Oh, Predator, we'll get rid of that shit." And it's gone. So I'm still waiting. But thanks for asking, Echo. Maybe one day. Rust in Peace says it's on Disney Plus, but obviously we don't support that shit on the Brown Alliance, do we?
Not officially, unofficially.
Anyway, maybe Brown, you could send me one of your Russian links or something. I don't know.
Could do, I suppose.
Anyway, Brown, let me get back to the rum, get properly oiled up, and you do all the formality. Tee us up, and I can't wait for this. This is going to be, I think this is going to be in your top 20 live streams, this one.
No. Hi, everybody. Here we go then. Disney Star Wars Andor Season 2, Episode 456 Roast. Please like, share, subscribe. Subscribers still going down. Never mind. Poster. Previously on Andor.
Previously on Andor, Cassian steals a prototype TIE Avenger and crashes it on Yavin 4 before being captured by a complete bunch of morons. And with some help from Suddenly Rhinoceros, he promptly escapes. And that's pretty much it from him until the end of episode 3. You would think that he'd have a lot more to do on a show that carries his name. Biggs and her rebel friends from Ferrix hide from the Empire on the rebel moon planet of Mina Rao. But when an overly familiar Imperial officer tries to get a bit handsy, may even a little bit of stinky finger, she murders him in a fit of girl bossery. On Chandrilla, Mon Mothma juggles. Mon Mothma juggles her 13-year-old daughter's arranged marriage and the source of rebel funding, and clashes with the wily Luthen over the strategy as the Imperial Surveillance Bureau starts to bear down and threaten their plans. Meanwhile, Cyril and Dedra's tense relationship unfolds with cold clinical sex and erectile dysfunction, which to anyone who's been married more than 10 years is just normal sex. This is overshadowed by an overbearing Indian mother stereotype that everybody wants dead, and the evil machinations of her superior, Major Partagaz, and the sinister director, Orson Krennic.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the last 3 episodes, boys and girls. We're all up to date now. Fantastic.
In fact, tell you what, I think we can't top that. So, good night, everybody. We'll see you at Drinkers.
Why don't we just get Z to do an entire Z-Cap for the all remaining episodes, and then we could just have a good time. We don't have to talk about it.
You missed out on so much good stuff.
Oh,
What?
Think about that.
Well, you know that all of the episodes drop now. Everybody's watched them, who's going to watch them. And I think everybody's favourite order is going to be 4, 3, 2, 1. So 1 and 2.
10 watches.
Yeah. They're kind of slow and boring. It's like the wind-up to a roller coaster. And then you get to the top. And episodes 3 and 4 in here. And you're like, oh, fucking hell.
Oh, okay.
Arc 3 and 4. So, yeah, it just tends to get a bit like that.
Oh, you're talking 3-part arcs.
Yeah, 3-part arcs, 4 3-part arcs.
Yeah.
This arc takes place 3 BBY between Star Wars Rebels seasons 2 and 3. So the reason you don't see Vader in this at all is, firstly, the guy who made it, Tony Gilroy, wasn't it? Said if he needed them, he would have got them. And Vader and his Quizters are currently hunting survivors of Order 66 in Star Wars Rebels. So that's where he is.
Well, I'll sneak one in from Rust MP. 650 million well spent. I mean, I can think of better ways to spend 650 million, but
if they could have cut that in half, I would have gone, yeah, that's all right. But that's a ridiculous amount of money.
Is it the catering?
John Favreau's catering was the fucking size of him.
Welcome to Talking Over Each Other on.
Well, I'm not psychic, Albert, but we do our best. I'm noticing the energy levels are very low just now. I'm thinking we go straight for the drinking competition to get things started.
Let's go straight to the drink.
We're going to take a drink. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, let's get the drink. Okay, let's do it. I hadn't forgotten. I was just waiting for the right moments. Okay, let's go around the panel. And Brown, if you could just keep an eye out who's performing. I'll tell you one thing though, Brown. Common people can fuck right off. He's not drinking monitor tonight. He's already getting stuck into me. So any one of the common people I'm open to. So you keep an eye out there, Brown.
I will do, yes.
Okay. For any abuse of me and for a drinking monitor, if you would, Brian, let's go to you. I insist that whatever drink you have must be mixable with iron brew. But most importantly, what is the trigger for said drink?
The trigger is take a drink every time Bix is on the gear.
Ooh.
Okay, wow. We'll take a line every time Bix is on the gear. Okay,
well,
we can have some real fun tonight.
Float your boat.
Next, we'll go to the man who is the look. If you need some shells building, he's your man. It's Darth Kippers. What's the cue tonight, Kippers, for the drinks?
Every time we see Deirdre look like she's just smelt the fart of one of those dirty, filthy, straight white English Imperial officers.
Dear God.
It's very specific.
Could be a fun night. Okay, very good. Z, what are you?
Every time someone on Gorman does something ridiculously French.
Okay, I hope you're keeping a note of all these, Brown. And Echo, what would you like to suggest?
The Imperial guy, is it Partisan? No, what's his name?
Partagaz.
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 Every time he makes a shrewd, ironical look into the middle distance.
Ooh, like it. Okay. Brown, Mr. Brown. It's your full title.
Oh, this is good. Every time we see 66 watching, by the way, every time we see a spacecraft that reminds us of Star Wars film, perhaps, that we want to kind of see pew pew too. Perhaps we just get teased.
Not bad, not bad, Brown. Okay, I'm just going to go slightly rogue on this one. Every time someone appears in the chat and says, "Oh, the banter's so much better here than the fucking Drinker channel." Okay, who are we making drinks monitor tonight, Brown?
Okay, I'm going to give the prestigious award of drinks monitor to.
It can't be one of
Obi-Wan Darkside.
P2 sock puppets. Oh, Obi-Wan Darkside. Oh,
yes,
brilliant. He's earned
drinks
it.
monitor. Yes.
All right, you're up, everyone. Before we get into the good stuff, should we just get this?
Drink, everybody.
Super chat out the way.
Drink,
Brown, it's your show, if you would.
Come on, people. Wrenched 669. Andor was good. Ruins Disney hate has become too strong. He's become the very thing he swore to parody. He's now more round head than man.
Common people, why don't you go piss off to the Drinker channel and join the wank fest over there? You'll love it. It's brilliant. I'm only joking, Common. We're all good over here. No, look, I think the good thing is we do have a wide variety of views on the Brown Alliance, and we don't we don't feel the need to massage each other's egos. We're allowed to like what we like and not like what we don't like.
Listen, we all scrape our knuckles on the floor on this channel.
Well, I don't know. I think we've got a right mixed bag. I think some people are really enjoying this, liking this. Others not so. We can all...
we're all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the Star Wars.
There you go.
Very nice. Very good.
Poetic.
Right, well, we're going for something different tonight. Only around 3 episodes in one, so 6-hour stream. I hope you're all ready for it. Better get this thing started, haven't we?
Yes. Good luck, everybody.
Here we go. Lucasfilm logo.
Yeah.
Star Wars, which is available in Lego now. I don't know if you know that one. I wonder when we'll get to a point where people just completely forget about the Lucas originals and it'll just be the Disney stuff. Yes. Okay, we're in. So Brian, you are our executive producer for tonight's show. So I do think it's right you kick us off and tee us up. So what have we got in this opening segment?
This is the safe house on Coruscant, and this is Bix having a little sleepwalk / PTSD flashback because she was tortured by Dr. Gorst, who's in the center there. She's kind of haunted by the killing of a soldier by Cassian in a mission that was off-screen that was given to them by Luthen, and the soldier is seen as the one being tortured here by Dr. Gorst.
Okay, he's got a look at
So this one character of Beck, she has chronic psychological PTSD. She also has chronic drug addiction, and she also suffered from sexual assault. Okay, we get it. You're edgy as a character. Jeez.
That's so Star Wars.
I can fix her.
Just quickly go back. Don't you? I thought
go backwards on slide one.
No, already slide one.
I thought the Doctor looked like Mog's dad.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Which dad of Mog's? Which one?
The one on screen.
Which dad was it? No, mind. Mildly homophobic joke. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, I saw what you did there. Very
Took your
good.
time, Rob. Took your time.
Far too quick for me. Well done, Brian.
Okay, if I could ask the chat to take the index finger of their right hand, move it over the number 1 button on the keyboard, and press it repeatedly, because here we go, folks. We have our first remotely attractive female. So at this point, we like to go to our resident predator, the man I like to call the Yorkshire Ripper. It's home of Jimmy Savile. It is
Now then.
Mr. Brown.
Mm.
So, Mr. Brown, I
Yeah,
believe
go on.
she's of legal tender. She has a giant gun. But I don't know. Do you like her dark hair, brown eyes, slight look of past
Desperation.
trauma on her face?
Okay, so
You know what I'm asking you, Brown. It begins
No.
at 1, it ends in 10. I want you to give me an honest opinion.
Oh, you want me to give a mark out of between, what was it, 1 and 10?
It's 1 and 10, yes.
For Bix. 1 and 10, yeah. Okay.
1 and 10. You can see what the chats are thinking of this situation.
Yeah, I can see 1 and 10, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I'd give a 1.
You give her 1, folks. Okay, yeah. It's probably 45 years your junior, but that's okay. We're open-minded here at the Brown Alliance.
Legal.
Oh, yeah.
It's Mog's dad. Look, Mog's
The
dad.
Mog is strong. Yeah. Is Mog, have you got a bit of Mog for us, Kippers? If this was Mog's dad, can you gruffen up or age up the old Mog and see how would it come out?
Well, chronologically speaking, it doesn't really work because I was considerably older than this man, and I was around during the High Republic. But this is set after Return of the Jedi. No, actually, it's before Return of the Jedi. No, it's after Revenge of the Sith. Oh, fuck it, I can't remember. Anyway, it's not my. It's probably my grandson, but it wouldn't be my grandson because I can't have children. You know what I mean?
Oh, Star Wars is narrated by Alan Carr. I like it.
We've lost one, folks. Kyle's gone.
No
Good
sign
night,
of
Kyle.
Amelia. I feel she's a fair weather friend now. It's a shame.
Oh no, we've lost 50% of your female audience, bro.
Oh, well.
Oh well. Okay.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, I was a bit handy on the old clickety click there. Are they barefoot there?
Possibly.
She
What's it-
is, for sure.
Andor's just walked in then,
Yeah.
Andor's just walked in. Are
Quick one up
we?
the arse.
Oh, Z, you took the cock right out my mouth there, Z. Yeah,
Blatant.
it's proper.
Andor was in his bed there, and she got up first.
Yeah,
Smart.
he got up to calm her down because obviously she's walking around with a gun.
Doing an
So,
Oscar
you know,
Pistorius.
Could we say PTSD in Star Wars almost? It's
Yes,
the
I
word
did
be-
about
yeah.
10 minutes ago. But
I
Well,
know, but
She was tortured with the screams of dying children.
Oh,
Was that in
So
season
well, that's
1?
it was in season 1.
I
yeah.
didn't see season 1, so that's why I don't know.
you didn't see season 1. You
I
didn't
watched-
even do the,
No, I
watch
watched-
the recaps.
traumatized.
You could have watched
No.
the recaps.
No, I watched the first episode of Andor, did all the slides, and said, does anybody want to do a show? And nobody did, so I never watched it after that. I'm not bitter.
oh, he's still better, folks.
But you're now in season 2, and you're covering season 2. You don't think maybe an idea to go back and watch some bits?
No, I'm good.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
It's a good.
Well, before we move on,
yeah,
let's
Welcome to Talking Over.
go on, Echo. Floor
Oh,
yours.
you know, I mean, what this show does is, we all agree is good, is like the set design and everything else. They have a set that
Yeah.
looks simultaneously like an uncomfortably large expanse, but it also feels claustrophobic at the same time. So they're very good at that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But then they fuck it up and they make it too realistic. Like she's at one stage in a later episode, she's lying down and there's literally, it's the shape of a cardboard takeaway, like takeaways container, like a Chinese takeaways container, which looks too realistic and too much from this world. And then she's sitting there watching daytime television with camp daytime TV hosts.
Jeremy
What is
Vine.
this? It's not Star Wars.
Jeremy Fine.
Oh,
That's possibly the best joke you've ever done in this stream, bro.
on system link.
It reminds me of you know, when you're at IKEA and you go through the fun
Thanks,
kids
bro.
bit, and then you go into it's the fucking boring middle age bit where you've got the kitchen design area and the funky kitchen table. It's a little bit reminds me of that. I don't know, but low ceiling.
Gavin's got a bit of a hate boner for me this evening.
Oh,
Gavin Blackburn Wrench, not for much longer. They forced her to watch Leeds United. Bastard. It's better than Everton, though. Come on.
come on, let's not get tribal. Can we bring in you know what?
Pig's bot. Go on.
I'm torn between hearing this in Zee's voice or hearing it in Darth Kipper's voice. I'm going to be controversial. I want to hear it in both. So Darth Kipper's, can we hear it in yours first, please?
Yes, it's been fine. It's just, give her one of the man with your thumb.
And just to check whether I was right to share the goods.
Felt's 5, wrenched. Give her one up the bum with your thumb.
Oh, it's got almost a rhyming. I love it. It's Felt's beautiful composition. Don't get this on Drinker. Anyway, we move on to the island of Dave Gorman, which is the rimming trade route. Now, it's got the design of an old, it's like an old naval fortress, isn't it? The old star design.
I thought that was Cape Town for a minute.
It's like the
Cape Town,
Gladiator 2 port. It'd probably be
Gladiator 2 quality CGI as
the
well.
same file from Gladiator 2, yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
And we've got this chap. What's his name again?
Cyril Khan.
Cyril Khan.
What's
the affliction called where your temple hair almost touches your eyebrow?
Don't know.
Lycanthropy?
Well, he's got it, folks.
Do you want a quick summary?
Yeah.
I'd love a summary here, Brian. Yeah, look.
So does he? You're going to say something?
Yeah, you just go back one slide.
I think.
Oh yeah, of course. There's
Because
something lurking.
he notices at the corner of his mirror there that somebody is watching his apartment.
Oh yeah. Very good.
So this is, for the next few slides, Cyril Khan has been transferred to the Gorman branch of the Imperial Bureau of Standards. He suspects that the Gorman Front rebels are spying on him. As he'd hoped, Cyril is hoping to infiltrate the Gorman rebels in order to bring law and order to Gorman.
And what he's done here is a spy trick, which I had in a book when I was 8 years old. And he's putting a little bit of hair or twine across the edge of the door, which will drop to the floor if anybody's opened it.
Yeah.
Veiny hand there.
Kyle McLaughlin with an Oedipal complex is looking for rebels. That's basically the space situation.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting.
Brown, have you got the capability, the technical ability, or even the desire to do a poll? Can I be so bold as to ask for a poll?
I could do a poll, yes.
Do a poll because, look, I'm really interested now.
Do you not like Andor? Is that the question?
Exactly what I was thinking, Brown. We're brothers from another mother.
I know we are.
Do you? No, don't. See, you always phrase these things fucking wrong. Don't go, do you or do you not like, just, do you like Andor? Yes, no.
Is Ruin a bastard? Yes or yes?
Right, come on. Let's relive Brown's famous poll. What was it? Could someone remind me? He's good at these things. What was it? What was the
I'm not reminding you shit. We're 5 minutes in and it's 29 minutes have gone. Get on with it.
Ooh.
We've got 3 episodes to get through.
Exactly.
Brown, get to work on that poll.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm on it. Come.
Okay, Liam Neeson's bollock. Lots of people And this is Gorman, the island of Dave Gorman.
It's quite nice, isn't it? Quite picturesque.
This is
Yeah,
the
it is.
Palma Plaza. In the background there, you've got the Imperial Armory that's been built. In the foreground, you've got the monument to those killed when Grand Moff Tarkin decided to park his ship on top of all the Gormans. If you look at that closely, it bears a quite bizarre resemblance to the real-life 9/11 teardrop memorial.
Hmm.
Oh.
Stream killer.
No, that's a good call. Yeah, it all looks very pretty. It's all nice. It looks
Clean.
good.
Yes.
It's the Imperial Bureau of Standards. They've got two different organizations in this show, and one's called the IBS, and the other one's called the ISB.
Irritable bowel
Irritable
syndrome.
bowel
What?
syndrome.
Yes, the Imperial Bureau of Standards and the Imperial Security
Okay.
Bureau.
Engage
And
with your
right the
audience.
way through that scene, he's having a telephone conversation with his mother, who's being a right Cena as usual.
Oh.
Paul, what I'm asking.
Do you like Andor?
Do you
Yes
like
or no?
Yes
Andor?
or
Yes
no?
or no? Okay.
Oh, do you like Andor?
Yes or no?
Do
No, tell you what, Brown. No. Say, do you not like Andor, or do you like Andor?
do you
or
not
not?
like Andor, or do
I've got a knife.
I like the old retro-y green steampunky computer
it's all
terminal thing. It's
Brilliantly
kinda
done. Can I go on a riff on this character? Because I've been.
cool. I'd
thinking
love
about
you
this
to
character
go
a
for
lot.
it, Echo.
So
me
I
up.
like the idea that they've exploring the idea of bland, dull-witted people who are very useful for regimes like this because they're very compliant, they're very passive, they have a need to prove themselves, they're cogs in the machines, and it's quite interesting to explore that idea. I just don't think that it goes anywhere, and everyone is salivating over this character as being profound and important and nuanced. He acts it incredibly brilliantly, but it's almost completely redundant. And my hot take is that it adds up to nothing in the narrative. It doesn't really alter Dedra all that much, or the plot, and it only really touches on that theme of kind of moral diffidence amid tyranny. Literature and the screen has a grand tradition of this type of character done really well. I just don't think that this is a particularly good version of that. And I think you could excise this entire character arc out of the series, and it wouldn't make that much difference. That's my take.
You're in stark danger of criticizing Lord Savior Tony Gilroy there, Echo. And
yeah, I mean, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt for 2 long seasons, and it just doesn't add up to much.
Okay. Anyone on the
Plus, I
panel
don't think
like
they
this?
should have. It's too close to an actual necktie. It doesn't belong in Star Wars either.
Oh,
It's another little thing.
Yeah, I noticed that.
yeah.
It is the resistance.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Look. Go on, Brian.
man, I've got a horrendous delay here. This is
you all have
Carol Rylands who's listening into the calls, looking for someone in the inside.
Cuddle Rylands.
Carol Rylands, the head of the Gorman Rebels, or Gorman Front as it's known.
Too stupidly on the nose. Like, I get it, it's a French resistance analogy. It doesn't mean you make them literally sound like frogs, you mentalists. God,
Take a
it's so
drink.
stupid.
It's just, I just felt like he was just taking the piss at this stage.
I mean, these are brilliant actors. They're all perfectly cast, but doing pseudo French was so cringe. And then having people are literally wearing berets, and the architecture in the buildings is evocative of that Parisian style. And then they have the overhanging glass canopies have that 1920s French Parisian look. It's so stupidly on the nose. And then they're so mental that later on they take 1940s French resistance and they weld it onto iconography of 1968 May Paris uprisings, because that's also French. That's the only connection. And they meld those things together in some weird botched Frankenstein's hybrid of cultural references. Stupid show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Is this by Felt 5 allowed, or could Keir Starmer send round the Stasi to arrest him? Is that a controversial?
No, it's fine.
That's okay.
fine.
You're okay,
Yeah, it's
Felt.
fine, no. Drink by the
Okay,
way, soon.
Coruscant, folks. Now I was excited to see Coruscant. So it's
what do you
different
guys
kind of
think?
view
Like,
as
what did
well.
you think of the French resistance angle? Was anyone like swooning
Ruin
over it, or
your
did it
Russian,
come along
mate.
as weird?
Oh, I'm Russian now. I thought we were French. I can't
We
work out
haven't.
where we are.
You're Russian. We haven't got 700 slides this evening. We've got a very, very prim and proper.
We have got an absolute fucking mountain of stuff to get through, Brown. I think he's fine.
Have we?
Oh,
If anything, I'd say
can't
slightly on the
keep
slow
fucking
side
track here. Right.
because there's an awful
Oh.
lot that happens.
Okay, right. Is this lazy? Is Gilroy being really really
Back.
lazy,
Well, they're not
Or-
talking French. They just
or is
have
he
French
trolling
accent.
us by doing this literally as French resistance?
Well, it's got a sense of the French resistance and also Les Mis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third out.
I mean, the only
I
thing
had-
missing is a guy in a stripy jumper
Was it-
selling
was it
onions
just-
in the corner.
Is it just plagiarism then?
No, it's Star. If you look at the art of books in Star Wars, it's got a long history of taking like, influences for their art in different cases, but it tends to be very stylized. You can just see there's a nice little hint of it. Whereas I think here he just takes it too far. I think personally.
Stuff.
I was just waiting for Dad's army to turn up.
67 man babies in the chat. We've got room for 33 more, and then we
Well,
close the doors.
when they get bored of open bar, they'll turn up.
Well, I'm sure it won't be long. Anyway, we can finally move on to Coruscant. This reminds me of like my view. You know, you book a nice hotel in London. You're thinking, oh yes, I can't wait. I paid a lot for this room. Gonna have a beautiful view. I'm on the 10th floor, and then you get to your room. You pull back the curtains. There's just a load of fucking generators and shite out the back. You know, this is what are we looking at here anyway? It's like it's just the
Well, this is the shopping centre they're about to go in.
oh.
In Coruscant. This is
Does he
the
have
next
shops?
5 slides is basically Bix and Cassian shopping in Coruscant. Cassian can't switch off. He's mistrusting and he's always on red alert. There you go. That's the next 5 slides covered.
Drink, everybody.
There's an open goal of a joke within these 5 slides. If you don't take it, I'm just going to pack up my stuff and fuck off.
Oh,
See you later,
we're
Brian.
primed. We're primed and ready. We've got 6 of the best on here tonight. So let's see. I need to go full screen to make sure I don't miss it. Is that a stick-on beard? It looks rather dodged, doesn't it? Would you reference the old classic Star Wars, the old stick-on beard? Do you think?
The General Nadine. Fucking
Yeah, the general.
Is that Sadiq Khan, the shopkeeper?
Careful now, Brown.
Are we just going to ignore the little thing in the background as if it doesn't exist?
Oh.
Go back.
Horrendous.
Oh, the kind of crab-like thing on the. What is that, Brian?
I don't know. It's
What
probably
are
this
we
is one
looking
of these. Right in the middle between the two of them.
You can't miss it, bro. It's like a giant bollock on a plate. Do you know what it is?
We're just going to miss the handed a pair of melons joke open goal.
Oh
Move
no!
on. Move on.
The hands on the melons.
They're actually called melons as well, aren't they?
I can't remember.
No, I think they were. Yeah, melons. I'm sure they were.
Anyway,
Okay, look, here you go.
Star Wars balls. It's too big.
Smash the gangs.
What
You
about
never
this?
had any to begin with.
Smash the gangs.
Brown versus Brian, who would win? Well, what's the context? Are we talking like a shootout or a race, an arm wrestle, an IQ test? Right? You know,
A dance off.
A dance off. Jesus Christ.
An interruption off. I'd win.
Fucking right, you'd win. Damn
a
right.
cycle race.
I know I fucking would.
Count the hair follicles. I don't know. You're gonna have to.
I'm doing okay I'm doing okay in the hair follicle front, thankfully, at the moment.
You lucky.
You know, shortest waistband.
Brown wins that one. I've got the fucking.
Biggest dick.
That's you,
That'll be me.
obviously.
The me, aye, of course.
No, and that's ruin. That is biggest dick.
Most
got there.
sexual partners.
Oh, that's
Have you got more
definitely
than
me.
0, Brian?
No, that's Z. That is.
Brown will win that one. I've been
I have
clapped
over
it.
6 million different forms of venereal disease.
You don't get this on an open bar. Moving on.
Right.
Okay, so back to the corner shop, and well,
Yeah, because when you think of a fantasy adventure in the stars, you're thinking of a drab corner shop with gloomy lighting in an industrial district.
And melons.
Fucking hell.
Oh, you're just not intelligent enough to appreciate real Star Wars. That's your problem.
I just don't want reality. I don't want
You're
like
a fucking insult to this panel.
I don't want
for thinking like
wholesale
that.
shifting of drab reality from my
fuck?
world put into Star Wars. It doesn't make you cool or edgy.
Well, thankfully we move outdoors. What's this chap selling or?
Wolf nipple chips. Get them while they're hot. They're lovely.
Oh,
This is Albatross. Albatross. This is
Jaguar
Cyril.
earlobes.
This is Cyril
Steer-
being accosted by Sam, who's a member of the
Office
Gorman Rebels, who gives him a
space.
spider containing a message. Welcome to talking all the way through the explanation.
Jaguar's earlobes. Wolf nipple chips. Get them while they're hot.
we seem to have a mix of attire in this scene, don't we? We've got a chap with a kind of a pork pie hat and a long mac, and yeah, it's this. I don't know. It doesn't feel very coruscanty, does
It's
it?
not. It's on Gorman, not
Gorman.
Corus.
Oh, it's Gorman.
These
The
are
only thing
Gorman
is-
proletariats.
I can't fucking keep up.
Go
The only thing that's missing is baguettes. And as he says, the stripy jumper with the
Yeah.
Garlic.
And an accordion music in the background.
and a bicycle
the boy in space.
with onions.
Yeah, well done, Steve and John. Well done.
I see just on the right there in the Mac with the berets, Frank Spencer.
Oh yes,
Is Betty there?
it's a good shout, Nancy. You know the guy panning to the far right. Don't arrest me, Keir Starmer. He's holding up like a big gold cloth. Is he doing the old gag where he's pretending his penis is sticking out? So he's like, "Whoa!" And then the woman in front's like, "Whoa!" And it's like, oh no, I've gone too far. Where are we?
So
Looking through the chat, Brown.
This is the guy that
Go on,
was
Steve.
watching him from the window, wasn't it?
He's
Probably.
No, he's got his Gorman. He's going to meet him in a minute with his Gorman spider, isn't he?
I don't think it's him. Okay, I think it's
Isn't
another.
it?
You could be correct. It doesn't like him from the. I've kept my own slides here because that's. I may as well.
Can we bring Mog in for this line, please? If we would, Darth Mog.
Obi-Wan Dark Side in the chat says, "Do you want your chimney swept, Governor?" Oh, is that euphemism?
Do you know, I'm getting very, very close to banning common people permanently.
Yeah, he's getting a bit testy, isn't he, common people? One thing I've noticed about your chat, Brown, honestly, if you don't have either a spanner or a World of Sport icon, I mean, it's shameful, frankly, isn't it? You've got to be one or the other. I mean,
That's a great way to get rid of new subscribers. Saying that.
Well done, mate. Well done.
honestly, I'd log off if I were you folks. If you haven't got a spanner or a World of Sport, honestly, it's like rocking up to school in your Gola trainers. It's absolutely shameful. Anyway,
Or you're gonna throw money at Brown. One of the three.
Well, no, the rule is if you've been hanging around for a while, you'll get as a token of my appreciation, you might get a wrench coming your way. See you, Cartoon Man. In fact, to be fair, I think Cartoon
Bye,
Man, he's been
Cartoon
with
Man.
us for ages. Carry on, bear with me.
Yeah,
I'm going to sort him. Cartoon
Get him
Man
a
deserves
wrench.
that. Yeah.
You missed
Can we
French
get him a wrench
resistance
or a
guy,
World War?
giving him a spider with a secret message inside.
I said that. I covered
Did you
that.
say that?
I said it as well.
Did you?
You see it? Well, it'll be
Go back.
explained a bit more later on.
Back.
He's got his spider in his big case thing there. All right, moving on.
Anyway, right.
Anyway, back
Moving
to the
on.
kitchen diner, and
Rune, do
Do
you
you
want to
think
give me
they,
just to give? Oh,
Welcome
just to give a very
to-
quick summary of these things, so we.
I
all know
would
where we
like
are,
that,
see-
Brian.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
because we were
This is,
moving it. Yeah, hard to adjust to the pace with the new 3-episode format. So please, any help you can proffer.
This is Bix cleaning a gun while Cassian cooks a bit of role reversal there. She's concerned that they had to kill that soldier to protect her identity. She's haunted by the actions. And in this little scene, the morality of killing another human being is explored, as is the dehumanization of an enemy. There we go. Right, next.
I think at this point, Bix is starting to worry that Cassian is becoming just as bad as the people they're fighting.
Oh, the grey area. Yeah.
Whereas Luthen tends to be the worst one of the lot.
Do you think they knock through that wall to make into a kitchen diner as well? Looks like that might have worked. That.
Well, fun enough, in the last episode, there's a few bits, walls getting bit of home DIY getting done.
Homo DIY.
You go back one, it looks like the shelving was made by Kippers. Looks all kind of wonky and slightly off to the side.
Yeah.
I can do a far better version than that, for Christ's sake.
I feel it's only right we give a little due nod to Kipper's avatar there. Look at that! Wow.
6 fucking weeks it took me to build this bastard.
We're getting deep in the lore of the Brown channel there, but Kippers, I don't know how to get you out of solo view without removing you from stage. So I think
I'll do it. I'll do it. Bear with me.
Okay. Thanks, Brown.
What's happened to Brian?
Don't share it. It's just to give you a little heads up of what's coming up next if you want to. Let me keep going.
Browno has come to you for the rather crude stuff.
Brian, what are you doing? Why is he scrolling up and down?
No one can see it apart from us, but I was trying to do it covertly to give us a heads up of what the next slide is going to be. But welcome to completely wasting the behind the scenes
Nobody
effect.
cares though.
I spent fucking 40 hours on this, Brun. So I
Really? My God, today's show produced by not Brian Young, everybody.
Brown,
take the young off, please.
Oh, sorry. Today's show produced by not Brian.
Brown.
Yes, that is me.
If I ask you to just judge her on the rack, and only the rack, not Iraq, the rack, where'd you find yourself?
In between them? What? I don't know. What's the? Hey, what?
Boating. I'm just trying to test whether you like a big, you know.
I like
big,
a
one
curvaceous.
tit, or you like a
Ideally,
curvaceous?
2 tits. Yes, ideally 2.
Oh. Well, beggars can't be choosers.
No,
Yeah,
they
any
can't
port
be.
in a storm, jeez.
Yeah. All I can see is fucking Brian scrolling.
I'll remove it if it's too taxing for you then, but there you go.
No,
Can't see it.
wow.
All right.
So he's just done a COVID test here, and well, it's bad news, I'm afraid,
Yeah,
folks.
positive.
Yeah.
Star Wars 19. Positive.
So Cyril finds out that the little thread that he placed at the door has been burst, so he knows he's being spied upon, and he opens the spider and he reads the message. It's inviting him to attend a meeting at the town hall that I'll meet the Gorman front afterwards.
Not the front Gorman of Judea.
That's it. That's the very one. in this slightly strange scene, contradictory scene, Bix she's trying to lead a normal life, but Cassian is still very weary. Conversely, she's weary of the situation, but wants to do more for the rebels.
Again, mostly redundant. They
look,
could have scrunched it down to 1 2-minute scene, would have covered all of this and given us the backstory, and would have given us the tone. Instead, it's just a series of tedious domestic scenes in Stygian gloom.
12 episodes to cover, so.
I need almost like a non-emotional, objective viewpoint on this. So I'm going to go to Z with Access's Android analysis. Z, can it work between a 5'6" man and a 5'9" woman?
Good question.
Sorry, repeat that.
Can this work? You know, between a 5'6" Andor and a 5'9" Bix.
Yeah, isn't it not the other way round? Isn't he like a midget?
That's what I
he's
meant.
That's what he said. Moving on. Are you sure you got that motivator fixed?
Absolutely.
Are you sure? I'd get a refund, mate, if I was you. Either that or you're getting a systematic shutting down of other motivators.
Holden Tudyk thinks we're not getting through one episode. What's the pacing like, Brian? You're the monitor.
I would hurry up and stop people talking shite for a while.
Okay, let's
if we don't get a finger out rapidly, we're going to struggle.
Oh, okay, we need to up the pace. Okay, right. Okay, so walking to. I do like the feels a bit Blade Runner-y, doesn't it? With a bit of rain and.
It seems to be all practical as well, which is a nice little touch. There's the monument background there again.
I wonder if that is actually. Oh, sorry. Drink, everybody. I interrupted him. Is that
a what?
Is that a real location or is that a set?
It's a set.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is Cyril walking to work at night so he can contact Dead Ramiro on the fly.
Hey, they're watching pod racings live from Tatooine.
Oh yeah,
yes,
pod racing.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So is that a drink because that kind of reminds you a little bit of original Star Wars? And
yeah, I think that's a good old drink. That one. I do like the handles on the old iPads in Star Wars world. Big old handles, like love handles. Yeah.
Okay.
And
this is
Bill Burr back.
Tygon Ginster in the back.
Another
Black
fat guy.
Bang his way to work so he can contact Dedra. He doesn't have after hours clearance, but he claims to have forgotten his
Welcome
notes
to.
For a. What's the point in me even starting this if you're just going to deliberately, and I mean fucking deliberately, talk over me?
Brown.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes Tensions on the Couldn't Give a Fuck channel.
Come on, Brown. We only need 27 more. We're nearly there. Okay, Mud Crab starts off. We need name for the officer in the back there. We've got Darth Chunky as our opening gambit, which is a little bit Route 1. We've got Lieutenant Fump. We've got Damn Boy Heathick. I didn't even honestly. These are all flying in. We've got Porkins' dad.
Got out of kilts in Porkins in
doesn't
this.
work with the timeline. Angry Bottom. I'm not sure whether that's directed at the larger gentleman, but we've got Buster Hyman. Yeah. Darth Gluten. Obi-Wan Hobnob. That's probably a pick of the bunch. Oh, the last one for the older folks in the chat. Jockey Wilson. Jockey Wilson. Okay.
Jockey Wilson.
Old school, isn't it? Look, I am an Andor cynic. You know this, man, babies. But the one thing I will doff my cap to, I look at that officer front and centre there, and lovely bit of framing there, Brown. I'm sure you appreciate that. He's gone. I like, the inclusion of kind of the 70s tashes.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. That's
Yeah.
one thing I do like. The kind of ranked
Yeah.
soldiers have got the 70s pawn tash and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, they've nailed that look,
Yeah,
haven't they?
Yeah.
Just
I have a
just-
strange inverse racism where I don't like having black Imperial officer types. I want my Imperials to be scrawny, pasty-faced old Etonians, and it just seems a bit weird to me when there's a.
That's an Irvin Kershner move that he did in The Empire Strikes Back. He
Oh.
wanted to make all these guys British guys, kind of.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from.
So he's scanning his pass there.
He's trying to blag his way in. He's pretending he has lost his notes. He doesn't have clearance for after hours. So he blags at the scene. I don't have my notes, so you'll have to let me in anyway.
Which is all redundant as attention. Like, who cares? It doesn't. What's the point?
Yeah, you could quite easily skip that and have him have the next scene. And skip this as well. This is a closing the blinds, which is really exciting.
They still can't do it, even though it's 2025 and they've got $600 million budget. They still can't get depth perspective on cityscapes.
Yeah.
Still can't quite do it.
Yeah.
It's
I wonder how
probably
much
worse as well because the way Tony Gilroy does his stuff, he does an awful lot of over-the-shoulder angles, and he does really kind of shallow depth of field he's got with the camera that he uses. And then you go to the VFX shots, and it doesn't have the same difference in focus. Yeah.
Good to see a couple of the Death Star droids with the needles lurking about there. Remember the ones who put the old needle into Leia? Remember those?
They're everywhere. Different functions. Any kind of round droid they need. And this is Cyril telling Dedra that he's been invited to a meeting and suspects he'll meet the Gorman front. He tells her he's being followed. She's not going to go to Partagaz. That's Anton Lesser's character, Qyburn from Game of Thrones, because he'll want more info than that.
I mean, I look at this, and obviously there's something going on with the guy talking into the microphone, but I'm looking at the background going, it's blockbusters. I'm trying to work out my roots. Remember the old show there?
Can I have a B, please, Bob?
Can I have an E, please?
I might have known you'd say E.
Why does he need to be in this location? Why does any of this need to be happening? Why can't he just talk to her on his little Bluetooth equivalent device while he's walking through the streets?
Are they not public communication areas?
It's a clean room, isn't it? Where he's gone to? Is it a clean room where it's not bugged? He knows
It's workplace.
Which could be one of the worst places to go. That light looks like a streamer's, an influencer's light.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Flick whenever you feel like it.
Those. Oh, no, I'm just enjoying a female form just for a moment. But anyway, we'll carry on.
There's a couple of nice big shots coming up later on.
Again, this looks too much like a conventional contemporary Our World city. It looks too much like it. Annoying.
This is the head office of the ISB, the Imperial Security Bureau on Coruscant.
Now, I've got to say, I do like this guy. I think he brings a lot to the Star Wars universe. He fits right in for me. We've seen him in Game of Thrones. Anything else we might have seen him in? Must be
He's in what's the BBC crime drama that's been really popular over the last 5 years?
Yeah.
The one everyone's going mental about.
News at 10.
Whenever it's on.
Church.
News at 10. Thinking Man's Church.
He's in that. It's not. I keep thinking the Thin Blue Line, but that's Rowan Atkinson. We'll talk about Rowan Atkinson later on.
Yeah, this guy is like so core essence of Star Wars. He's perfect. I love him as an actor and character. They had one scene that still pisses me off where it might have been in a previous episode, him and Dedra are walking towards the building and they're conversing on level equal terms and just discussing their situation. She doesn't want to take the Gorman job. Why did they do that? Why did they reduce him down to being in a conversational, like where contemporaries tone as they're walking towards the building, when it shatters the idea of him being like this cool, elevated figure who's kind of menacing? It was so redundant.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
And we've got a black Imperial officer in the background there. Now, you're staunchly against that, Echo, aren't you? You don't like that.
Yeah, I want them scrawny. I want them, camp and effete and pompous. And that guy is way too cool in real life to be. So it doesn't work, Look, that's what I want from my Imperials. Those two.
Okay.
So this is
like
part of the guy.
Iron deficiency is an important aspect of my Imperial.
Sorry, shall I?
Yes, please.
Partagas is receiving news of the Imperial raids, and rebels have recuperated some of the stolen monies and supplies. And he challenges Lagrette, who's the gentleman on the right-hand side, on the lack of fresh intel that's coming from these arrests.
It's got a look of Mr. Brown, hasn't he? The guy on the right, he's got the.
And this guy on the left,
it's far too high.
This guy on the left is known as Lonnie Young Rue, another Young. And he gets everyone off the hook by suggesting they are arresting far too many people and therefore cannot process them effectively. And that will eventually lead to Dr. Gorst, that we saw in the first couple of slides, being given a greater reign, thus necessitating a later mission.
Now we're talking. Okay. What a room, what a view. It's beautiful. So it's my favorite chick, everyone. It's Mon Mothma. And I was surprised to read this week the original actress who played Mon Mothma was still alive.
Yeah.
I think she's in the 90s, but she's still alive and kicking.
Why didn't they give her a cool little cameo role? She could have been like the Force Healer chick or something.
Was she born in the wrong body, swappers?
Oh, and I like this shot. So, okay, chat, you're severely underworked tonight. Chat, what's the name of this band? We need the name of the band. I was watching a bit of Eurovision, the semi-finals earlier. I'm sure they were on that. It's, but in all honesty, Zee, I know you like your memorabilia. Which, if you had to have one figurine out of these four, which would you most treasure?
A Mothma in the gold bikini.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the removable outer garments. And,
Just a head swap with a layer, but it looks good.
Transvision farm.
The guy in the middle, I might be assuming gender, but is he deliberately giving the old heart sign there? Is that what he's doing?
He does a bit of gesticulating before it, and then he puts his hands together like that. Unless he just scored the goal, doing a Gareth Bale. The
hammerhead, is that a hammerhead, or are we taking liberties?
He's an alien. How do you know what his balls are, Brown? They could be in the back of his head, for all we know.
And then we've got the diminutive Andor on the right hand side.
What is double jointed? He's just limbering up.
We've got some band names. We've got Grabber. I like that one. Four Fingers and the Truth. Personal favourite here, Status Queef. That's a good one.
Oh, nice.
Pogues one.
That's very good. Well done,
Mon Jovi. That's very good.
That's it. Well done.
Beauties and the Beast.
I would say, Mon Jovi is very good, but you still get him banned.
Oh, no, we'll let him off.
All this malarkey is Mon Mothma trying to get some a bit of support to revoke the PORD, not PORG, the PORD Act, the Public Order Resensiting Directive. That was the one that doubled everyone's sentences after some of Luthen's raids that he did. Yeah, no one's really interested because they're all either shitting themselves or they're all sycophants of the Emperor, including the gentleman with the beard we saw on the first slide that was the head of the senator for Gorman.
Sorry, Brian. What's the act? Is it to do with restrictions on Gorman, or is it to do with escalating restrictions on the Senate as a whole?
It's nothing really to do with Gorman. It was from season 1 when Luthen's rebels, they stole the Imperial wages essentially to fund their campaign, and the Emperor basically said, "Well, I'm gonna basically make people criminals." It's kind of the idea of it is to make a whole lot of people criminals who weren't criminals and double the sentences so that people have to go and do Imperial work, and part of that Imperial work was building the components for the Death Star.
But wouldn't it have been more narratively coherent that the act is putting restrictions specifically on Gorman?
It would have been, but I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Were there any trade routes in this?
Nice from Mike Oxling with the Moss Isley brothers. I quite like that.
Oh yeah,
Mike
Oxlong.
Oxlong. Mike Oxlong.
Mike, no spanner, no World of Sports. What an absolute loser, but never mind. Just to skip back briefly, I will give, at the risk of sounding like a Disney shill, I will give a little nod to some of the costuming. I do like some of the costuming in this show. And,
you don't think it looks a little,
particularly
little
Mon
Last Starfighter?
Oh, Mon Mothma. Fucking
yeah. I mean, Mon Mothma's that's a finely cut garment there. I mean, Zee's a bit of a fashion aficionado. Do you like the Mon Mothma cuts there, Zee?
It is very shapely indeed. And I'm quite happy to see that we're starting to get more aliens in the show. Just missing a few protocol droids. This is supposed to be the Senate after all. So you would have expected 1 and 2 about.
I like the one.
Nice.
I like the one we've got center of the picture there. Third from the right is an illegal alien, which is an interesting take on the aliens of Star Wars. Here
you go, come people wrenched. Take AT-AT, and I've gone out of my way to do this.
Aero Sith is also very good.
Yeah, a little too much of a Friday Night Tights vibe when you do that, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Don't double.
Let somebody take the buttons away.
Backstreet Bothans, they're still coming in.
This is the way.
Oh, so here he is. Now he's minus his wig now, or is he just styled it differently? I don't know.
He's minus his wig.
De-wigged.
Lonnie telling Luther's got fucking autocorrect is Luther. It's Luthen that Dedra is running Gorman, but doesn't know what's happening. Luthen is becoming impatient.
Good interplay between these two as actors and characters. Very good stuff.
Yep.
The chat are just on next level this evening.
Yeah, they're kicking shit out of some of your much more highly subscribed competitors, aren't they, Brown? Brown, how's that poll going? I'm interested.
How's it going? Yeah, it's still going.
Not going to give us an update? Or...
Okay. Okay. The question was, do you like Andor or do you like Andor?
Oh, I thought you fucked it up for a moment. Okay.
At the moment, we've got 76 votes, so we're kind of voted out. We'll leave it running, though.
Okay.
Yes is 48. No, 52.
Oh, it's like Brexit all over again. This is
Jesus. We'll leave it running for
wow. Yeah, leave it running. This is fascinating. Okay, it's splitting the fandom menace. So we've got a conference, a lectern. White power symbol, always good to see.
It's the underground resistance meeting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to drink because they are being ridiculously French here.
Oh, God. Yeah. Even their expressions are French. Oh, God.
So this isn't really the underground. This is more a generalized kind of committee town meeting thing, which isn't. So the
Yeah.
front is within that. So this is all technically legitimate, a public meeting, technically.
MJ UK raised a fair question. Are we still on episode 4?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
This is where Cyril comes in to be. He meets them for the first time, isn't it?
Here's a thought. If someone ever fancies doing an edit of Andor, take out all the scenes where people are standing and talking, and you've got one hell of a cracking 3-minute trailer, I tell you. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
Now, is this controversial? Because we don't normally get guardrails, do we, on Star Wars?
The French stuff is all a little bit too Jean-Pierre Jeunet, that guy who directed Alien Resurrection, when that whole French noir 90s vibe was a thing. Anyone make that connection? No? Okay.
Don't know. Well, it's going well, isn't it?
Dakar!
I think Andor's going on a mission, isn't he? To Gorman, and that's what is tipping him off with the slides previously. That's his next mission. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Well, look, we've got an asteroid belt. Always good to see. Dakar, have we seen Dakar before? Is this new territory?
Brian? No, don't know.
Brian's gone.
Dakar's the planet of the Resistance base, isn't it, in The Last Jedi?
Yes, it is. Yes.
I should know that.
Here you go. And also the World Cup 2022.
Oh, dear.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it does
There you
feel
go.
very Last Jedi, this, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's more Force Awakens. This is where they take off from in Force Awakens. That's
Yeah.
the base. Okay. Yeah.
Is it the old green? That is the old. Is it the old Greenham Common base where they had the
Looks like it.
cruise missiles?
Also looks like the home of the Teletubbies. Remember the old green?
A little bit, yeah.
There's kind of a Teletubby in the background if you look closely, the white massive Yeti looking thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so who's this chap? And
This is Will, who was in the wheat field not that long ago.
is it spelled like WHILL?
No, it's the
Exclamation.
WIL. Can run quickly through 5 slides. This is a meeting Saw Gerrera, and he's told
got
to train.
aliens.
Can I just ask a question? What's that big machine at the back?
I was going to get to that, but you.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Right,
we're going
right.
to save that one. Okay, quick one, Brown, because we know it's a busy panel tonight, but we have to bring you in for this one. Snog, marry, avoid. Don't think about it too hard. Go on, you pick your ones. Pick your way through that lot.
The one on the far left looks like a bird, doesn't it?
It's terrible. It looks awful.
It's like a fucking
Yeah,
big
so that's
beak
marry,
bird
is it?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marry
Pig
that
man probably avoid.
Yeah. And then there's the black chick. You're going to bang that one.
What? Where? Female. Obviously marry. Rest of them avoid.
Oh, okay. I'll let you off for that one.
Okay, so
Oh, we
Brian,
got
Brian,
we
can you
got
help me out?
Salty Ram.
So Will has been dispatched by who? Why is he here? Who's he been dispatched by?
He's one of Luthen's lads. He's supposed to meet Saw Gerrera, and he's told to train up the gentleman on the left there called Pulte, and how to use that machine. The machine there is a Rhydonium extraction device. Rhydonium extraction device, which is basically Rhydonium is basically the fuel for the fighters and the starships.
Okay. Is it powered by unobtainium?
if you want, Brown. It's
Okay,
powered
right,
by
okay,
whatever
brilliant.
you want. Brown.
Okay.
Love the reference to the hands touching Rayla scene here. Very nice.
Well, this is a heterosexual romance in Star Wars. There's going to be a lot of hand touching, a lot of smushing of noses together, smushing of noses on foreheads, and that's about as far as it goes.
Did we just blast through that without actually realizing what was going on?
Yes.
Well,
You're a bit, you're a bit
okay.
off the mark there, Ruin. I just wasn't
At this
registering
point,
what
I
was
don't
going
care
on.
as long as we just advance the slides. I'm not caring at this point.
We're
Fucking
50
get it
slides
done.
into 150 slides, and it's
We haven't got
creeping
150
to-
slides.
Oh, haven't we? How many have we got?
We've got 1, 2, 2.
Oh, okay.
But
We'll
there's
be
a shit
finished
ton of
by half one.
Oh,
You won't. You've got
horror.
fucking hundreds, loads to go.
Well, I'm all. Well, look, a quick nod to Solgar. I would, the one thing I'll say here. He's aged quite well, hasn't he? What's his name?
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Gump. Yeah, he has. I mean, they've done a good job of de-aging him. He looks, looks pretty good. I thought.
As Mega Geek would say, black don't crack, does it?
If I may, we didn't do this, did we? Carl Voigtlander once gifted 5 NBA memberships.
Wow.
Thank you, my friend.
Very generous. Is that genuine or is he just trolling?
No, that's a very, very generous subscriber. Yes.
Oh, so genuinely 5 people could benefit from that gift.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which 5, or is it just?
I think it just goes to whoever's first afterwards in the chat.
Oh, wow.
To Carl when he popped the thing. It's the 5 immediately following. So 5 people benefited. Cheers, Carl.
So Brian and Z, help me out here because I got a little confused. So this guy Will gets dispatched here, and then there's a cool little narrative thing that develops where Saul Guerrero kind of converts him.
Well,
he converts him into being like an acolyte, but then suddenly Will just reappears back on the other side.
No, he's forced. He's forced to do it because
he was supposed to drop it off, teach him how to use it, and then fuck off. And Saul Guerrero's got other ideas. He wants to keep him.
Yeah, but then in a further episode, he seems to actually, be converted when he takes off the gas mask thing, and he becomes more. I like this more visceral side of the Force. This feels more, like in the thick of it. And I thought that he's been converted, and then an episode or 2 later, he just appears defaulted back to the other side. What happened there?
It's the fumes, mate. It must be the fumes from the rodonium.
I couldn't figure it out. It was incoherent to me.
I can never tell when if Echo's actually asking because he doesn't know, or asking so he can say this is a load of shite.
No, I didn't know why it seemed. Why did it default back? It didn't make any sense. Still doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
True. I don't know if the idea is supposed to be that the Rebel Alliance all basically gets together after the events of this and Rogue One because they have to. I think that's the idea. I think that's maybe why at the very start of the first arc they had them being so shambolic, so they could then say towards the end they were all working together. I think.
Yeah, but in Rogue One, Saul Guerrero is still very much sequestered on his own, doing his own thing, though.
He does, but he dies, so it doesn't matter. He's fucking taken out the game.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm essentially assuming what Tony Gilroy's doing, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Noom's got a good point. Beads, curtains, and stuff. There might have been beads, curtains. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what pissed me off in the last episode? They had a hospital with
don't spoil it for me. I
music.
haven't seen it yet.
No, but there's a hospital has elevator music. Fuck off.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Fucking hell. For the benefit of the chat, we are now on to episode 5.
Oh,
and that was
when did that
Andor
happen?
That was
Ruin.
The slide there when Andor was visiting the shop to get the disguise.
Right. We almost need
disguise.
Ruin, did you watch these?
Yes. How else would I guide us through the narrative? And if I hadn't watched them,
What did you actually think when you were watching them?
Oh, right. So episode 4, I thought was a bit of a slog. Episode 5.
Did you enjoy it though?
Episode 5, I was getting into it a little bit. Episode 6, I was like, I liked the first bit. The middle was a bit slow, but by the end, I was on board.
You was on what? You were cutting off then. I didn't quite catch that.
I was a bullshit my way through that successfully.
Not really.
Come on, people said summarize episode 4 for us, Brune. We could
Okay.
skip right through it.
So, right. Okay. So Bix is having trauma still. Andor is about to get his mission to go to the Gorman, to the gallery. Cyril has just been with the French resistance. He started having a meeting with them and he's going to start working for them, but secretly we'll find out in this episode that he's something else. Anything else? That's about it, isn't it?
Andor and
Yeah.
Oh,
Bix.
the young lad's gone to the rebel base with the power generator thing. That's about it, isn't it? Did I miss anything?
Let's bring in
Yes.
let's bring in Dolph Kipling for this one, if you would, please.
What did I
give
miss?
us-
The toilet seat.
In the chat it says, so far, Andor is like having a drink down at Toby Young. Okay. Still to the brim with hot piss. Lovely.
And Flav notes 80 minutes per episode. We are doomed.
Fuck.
No, it's going to be
I mean,
fine.
Look, that previous scene, sorry to go back a slide, but
Oh,
the
go
set
back.
design is beautiful. I like the kind of bakelite color and texture of these
It's great,
consoles.
isn't
It looks
it?
kind of
It's
cool. But
fantastic.
again, you've got another fatty in the front, and it just looks too much like a conventional suit and tie, like something out of Mad Men that he's wearing there.
Okay, there's a bug in the office. It's bugged, which is transmitting to the hello people. Is that correct?
That's great.
Yes, and Cyril appears to be in on it, so he's kind of just playing along with it. But I don't know, it's slightly ambiguous as to whether or not that part of the Empire know what's going on or not. I don't think they do. They might be taking it at face value.
Does this program think it's
Joe.
very, very clever? Do you think?
I think Deirdre sends them in without Cyril knowing to maintain the fact that she knows, or to keep the fact that she knows more than he does, and to keep that going, so that he seems legitimate when he says to the French resistance people that the ISB whatever came in. I don't know. It's all fine. Whatever. Who?
I mean, he could have said to the French resistance people that this happened, even if it didn't happen. They'd been none the wiser.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this is Skulden. In the previous couple of slides back, was discovered that one of his pieces for an upcoming the exhibition
That piece in the foreground, in fact.
is
No.
well, not quite. It's a forgery. The one he's got there in the background is the forgery, but the one
That one in the foreground
foreground.
is bugged.
Yep, exactly. Yep, and that's
There's a-
Kayla. Sorry, Claire. She hears this and she's already starting to shit herself about it.
There's
The
a
next couple
bug in the office. What we're gonna do?
Good to see George on his prison yard break.
Right, George.
Confused by the poll. Never mind.
If you've not voted, folks.
Well, I think there's more votes than people watching, so I'm sure
Yes.
doing all right.
Crazy. We'll keep it running for a bit.
But again, like an entire episode or two of on such a thin premise of, okay, there's a bug, we've got to remove the bug. And that's this thin, tiny thing which is stretched over 2 episodes pointlessly, when it could have just been truncated, mushed together, done real quick. And then she actually takes the bug off and, oh no, I can't get it off, and I'm really straining to get off. And that gets stretched out for 20 minutes pointlessly.
Yeah, it's
So
a
redundant.
strange thing. And the irony is, over this arc was so much built up. The last maybe 5 third of the final episode of this arc just seems to be so rushed. There's stuff in there that would have been quite interesting, and they don't put it in; they leave it out.
Yeah, all of these arcs, 3-episode arcs, they drag out and then rush everything in the last 20 minutes. They do it. It's a consistent thing.
Swappers, you about, mate? There's an offer for the peeps.
Oh, it looked lovely to me. Dooku still no game in it. Say, Mr. Brownlight, auto-pumping fist of the Empire Punisher. Just released. Only 69 Imperial credits with the discount code right something up.
Beautiful.
Private Chamberlain.
Oh, okay. What is it? What?
You're in charge.
Oh, I'm in charge. Okay. So what's happening here then? Did we discuss that? I was too busy.
They've
laughing.
obtained Cyril Khan's previous history, so they're looking into using him as a potential as an agent for themselves.
Yep.
But what they don't know is his plant.
Next slide, Brown, if you want to advance through a few thingies.
Should we just go straight to the end?
Well, I tell you, oh, fuck's sake.
So they're coordinating, blah, blah, blah. Keep going.
Is this a drink because he's wearing a beret type similar thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Harris.
Come on, Brian. Sorry, I cut you off there. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, very Ed Harris.
Do you want the quick plot summary for this? We'll try and rattle through a few slides.
Yes.
While Rune's away pissing. This is Cyril telling Carol Rylands on the right there about the discovery of the listening devices by ISB. Carol's pretty much false position presented to Cyril is that the Emperor is a good guy while the ISB are the baddies, or he thinks are the baddies, who are possibly running a shadow government. Rylands appeals to Cyril by asking him to work together to help the Empire by investigating the ISB. He asks for info regarding the schedules of the transports which are allegedly bringing construction materials, especially the ones without the documentation. Okay, next. This is Luthen visiting Bix to give her own assignment, but without Cassie's knowledge, he discovers that she's a junkie instead and decides, no, just get yourself well, Bix.
It's quite a good scene, this one, because there is like a little subtext that he is also shrewdly scrutinizing her to see if she's still effective or she might even be a liability. It's just that little texture in there too. Which I thought was kind of
Even his presence there is a veiled threat.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite
good.
When Luthen turns up your doorstep, worry.
Yeah.
So this is when the show is at its best. You got those little textures and subtext in there. That's when the show really works.
Mm-hmm. Who's crunching away? Brownie alive.
Is this proper Star Wars then, this scene?
Press the button.
I don't think it's proper Star Wars, but it's good drama.
Press the button. Yep, done that one as well. Next. This is Will teaching Pooty the codes and how to work the Rhydonium extraction machine. Any thoughts, anyone? Did you like the tech?
I actually do like the tech because it's kind of like advanced but low tech, very much like the OT, where everything is physical switches and gears, and it's not too elaborately sci-fi.
Did the communication devices that they use during the show work for you, Z?
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah,
with the jack plugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I kind of like that aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a kind of like Moog synthesizer kind of thing.
What did they have to wear a mask or something when they were inserting the engine core thing?
It's because of the Rhydonium. Saw is essentially a Rhydonium junkie after years and years of stealing it.
Oh,
next.
the Forrest Whitaker guy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, that's him. Cyril stealing the
I'm-
drives with
I'm
what?
struggling with it because I've never seen pure Star Wars before.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so meanwhile, back at the
Yeah, that was Cyril
town-
stealing the drives and giving them to Sam. Okay, that's your next fucking 3 sides done. Next. Yep, done.
done.
And it's this is Brown Trousers time, and Keela discovers that Skulldon is going to have every antique in the exhibition at the investiture party re-inspected for forgeries after the exhibition, which means he'll find the listening device and possibly expose Luthen, so it's panic stations all around.
But it never feels like a really compelling or gripping drama, because you just feel that these people will know each other as professionals. They can likely easily get invites. They know where their listening device is. It never feels like, like a Mission Impossible kind of deal.
Yeah, it seems a strange thing that why would they pick then?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why would they pick when they've got a large get-together?
Yeah,
That
I don't know.
specific moment. Yeah, doesn't make much sense.
It just
does
seems like every time the show gives you something great, and then the next scene it just takes it away again.
I don't understand what any of this is.
What do you mean?
Well,
Am I just being stupid? I
you
am
know-
stupid, but
I'm fucking explaining the whole fucking plot to you sentence by fucking sentence, and you're telling me right now you don't understand it.
There's a listening device on
Look.
one of their antiques, Brown, and so they're going to do a sweep to see. They're going to do a sweep to find out if all the other antiques are like phony or not.
who's
And
doing the
during that
sweep?
they'll
The
probably- they'll
Imperial people.
No, it's
no, the guy who owns the other antiques.
Skulldon.
Well, why didn't they just do the sweep instead of telling everybody we're going to do a sweep? Yeah,
They would,
just
they
do
would-
the
that
fucking
would-
sweep.
so they would get exposed 2 years before they were supposed to. So it was
So
supposed to end.
the show would be over in 2 years early. Right, I'm going home, lads. Sorted.
Can I just make a small observation? I've seen more fucking antiques in this show than I have blasters. Now, call me a fucking, an old fanboy of the Lucas stuff, but hey, it's meant to be fucking entertaining. I don't need antiques fucking roadshow.
Here you go.
Andor.
There's a drink here. Ruin, do you want to read this? I think. Go on.
Yeah, George. George, if you don't know, folks, we need to get behind George, support him. He's rehabilitating
Fresh out of Boston.
after a period inside.
Yeah.
He's, look, he's done his time. You do the crime, you do the time. Apparently, it was consensual, but anyway, we can't get into it. It's a legal case. But George says, I heard from the drinker that this show gets really good. Is he talking about the Brown show or the Andor show? Are we at that point yet? I haven't watched Andor.
Episode 8 is pretty good.
Do we think George had a hair transplant or that tattoo thing that they have to make it look like her? It's almost CGI'd his hairline, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Do you know, I've just realised that George is. It's the first time I've seen this in possibly in high def, but I've just realised that his picture isn't a picture of young Jake Lloyd when he got lifted. When he got arrested, I thought it was Jake Lloyd's picture.
Jake Lloyd.
Really? No, that's George KW.
The last 3 years, I thought it was Jake Lloyd.
Star Wars bargain hunt. That's more like it. I can appreciate it now.
Yeah, that's what the fans have wanted.
Back to these boring people.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
Ugh.
back to the French resistance, I presume.
Oui.
Just had a bag of prawn McCoys, so it's a bit sticking in the
Oh,
throat.
prawn McCoys. I've not had them for years. This is the common front
From
discovering
McCoy.
that
Ooh.
And then you don't. The bellhop doesn't have to look like our 1950s bellhops with a 1950s bellhop.
it looks more like
hat.
Ron Atkinson.
Is it
This guy.
is it bollocks? Or is that me just being stupid?
Should just
No,
been
it's
stupid.
bollocks.
Oh, okay, right, it's not bollocks.
Oh, we're torn. We need a line for the bellboy. So if someone could put in a line for the bellboy, we know we're going to ask to read the line out, folks. It's It's all very predictable now. But if you could just get on that job rather quick, because we've got plenty of slides to get through. But look, it's all looking a bit camp, isn't it? Oh, we're going back. Andor, sort of fiddling with his ring finger. The bellboy looking rather lovingly.
He's kind of supposed to be camp in this. Technically he's in disguise, even though he's been walking about with his face out. He didn't even put a nice little goatee or anything on, and a General Dodonna beard.
The bellboy is telling the story of his dad getting crushed by Grand Moff Tarkin's spaceship in the plaza. They're not allowed. The hotel management said they're not allowed to tell the story, but somehow Andor's got it out of him and paid him a little tip.
I mean, it's another classic example in the show of suffering from not quiteness. They open up this character arc, and he seems really interesting. He's a fantastic actor. There's all these kind of interesting resonances, and you think it's going to pay off in some meaningful way. There might be some twist or something, and later on, he does help Andor at a crucial moment, but it's just adequate. It doesn't quite develop into anything. I don't know.
Kippers, there we go. We've got the line. If you would, please.
And common people wrenched.
Common people with a wrench.
No. I must insist on Morg rather than Darth Kipling. Apologies, Swaffers.
Yes, I suppose I'm not quite tempered enough for that.
Speak up.
Have you been plain blue before?
Switch gears. Very good.
Yeah, that was abrupt.
Very good. We got 94 man babies in the chat. Just 6 more, and then shut the doors.
Obviously, open bar's about to finish.
Oh, they'll come flooding in, won't they? She's
hot. Is she hot? Come on, folks.
No.
Probably hot to you. But
am I just desperate then?
Yes, yeah.
Beyond desperate, Brown.
Or is it the accent?
Desperate.
Is it the accent and the kind of man bunny thing that I like? I don't know.
No, it's desperation, Brown.
I mean,
okay.
They could have
the face of a funeral parlor worker.
Welcome to just.
Christ.
Hey, Amelia's on. Open bar is over, so now things are picking up.
We can have a good time now. Amelia's here. We can pick up
loyalties, Amelia. Loyalties.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
Amelia, how was open bar? Fun, was it? Okay, not bitter. Moving on. Hello.
I was going to say they could have at least CGI'd some tits and an arse in on her. You know what I mean?
Here's a choice for you. Here's a very
5 people.
A slightly lowbrow choice for you.
Berry, by the way, drink.
Bella Ramsey or Denise Goff Dedra here. That's your choice. At the bar, end of the night. Which one?
Come on, bro. Choose wisely.
What's the option again? Sorry.
Bella Ramsey.
Who's Bella Ramsey? The potato head one.
Okay, moving on.
The non-binary potato head can't. Okay, well, it's obviously going to be. What's the name there?
Dedra. Denise.
Only if she's in that uniform as well, the white one. Yeah.
Brown, I hate to draw your attention to this, but you had a moment where open bar finished and suddenly the chat was flooded. Pushed way over 100, and you stuttered your way around the most simple of cues. We've just lost 10 people, so
did we?
Yeah, straight away.
Oh.
Anyway.
All right.
Andor with the old. Yeah,
So what's the mission here?
Well, Andor has gone undercover as fashion designer Valerian Sky.
What a load of bollocks. Fuck me.
He discovers that that's Carol Rylant's daughter, Enza. He was meeting in that previous slide, and he finds out the rebels are very keen, far too keen, and far too reckless.
I've got a compliment.
Yeah. Nice cameo from Richard O'Brien in the back of this scene.
Yeah. I thought it looks like the do you remember the movie or TV?
Alien Nation.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I remember that. Jesus.
We've got a super chat and a compliment. Ruin, it's your mate.
Oh, well, he's one of my all-time favourites. It's Girth Knight. I wish he'd update his name. And he says,
Wrenched World of Sport, by the way.
oh, yep, sorry. Wrench, World of Sport, and $4.99 of those dodgy Trumpian dollars. And he says, Echoes, what even is current Star Wars video? The other day it was a banger. So it's a big compliment for you there, Echo.
Sure was.
Well, I
Is it a good
appreciate
video,
that. But
Is that the one
with
you're
the-
going to take down?
yeah, with the view count, I might as well have been in the fucking witness protection program.
Well, get it while it's live, folks. He's going to take it down because it's not making his channel look good. So
Could somebody put the link in the chat, perhaps? And then we can
right,
look
we
forward.
we have
There's
some
traffic going.
we have some intelligence here, Brown. Now this
Hang on.
is interesting. We have some intelligence. Look at this from Amelia. Drinker made a poll about Andor. 74% out of 5,000 thought it was good. Meanwhile, here on the Brown Alliance, how did we finish up?
Well, we're still running the poll. There's a poll going, folks. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, the question doesn't work. Like, it is good. The question is it great? That's the problem.
The question on is: do you like or do you like Andor? Options yes or no. And at the moment, it's at 50-50. Straight.
Is it?
Considering there's been 103 votes, so work that out. But anyway, it's 50-50. So we need a few more votes, folks. If you're not voted, throw us a vote over.
Well, I'm worried now it's going to swing the other way with all the open bar loonies coming in. But Etziona, Deirdre's Deirdre's an 8. An 8. Wow. What kind of scale is he running there?
I'd like her to talk in that accent to me, yes.
Stilettos on the testicles, Brown, is that going to take your fancy?
Possibly not, but in that uniform, talking to me how she does, I think I could embrace that a little.
It's not very Pulp Fiction-y, this. Something about it.
Can I just say, no wonder she's reaching for the gun if she's going to have to face a double dose of ruby wax.
Is this
See, this is where the show completely lost me. Daytime. So there's television now in this galaxy, and there's also Camp Daytime TV.
I can take
a Coruscant.
No, I can take a positive from that though. It's still better than Jeremy Vine in the morning.
well, it is.
Well,
Swappers, what were you going to say, Swappers? You kind of started and didn't finish.
Oh, I think I got drowned out. This is what you sent me a message about Ruby Wax being your stars. I thought you were taking a piss, but she actually is apparently.
Yeah,
really.
Two of them as well.
I actually quite dug it because the hairstyles and the clothing that they wore very reminiscent of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah,
right.
So it kind of gave the same sort of feeling as the show that whatever Chewie's son's name, Lumpy, was watching.
This is closer to the Hunger Games than Star Wars.
I guess.
Yeah, very Hunger Games. Yeah.
She also had a cameo in Red Dwarf playing a kind of similar role. Ruby Wax looking exactly the same 35 years ago she does just now for some reason.
Yeah.
Could you have gone there, Brian? How many JDs would have taken Brian and back in the day to have
done
hit up Ruby?
2 for a little bit of Dutch courage, but I would be out of respect. I think for Ruby Wax, I do like Ruby Wax. I must be honest. But that kind of TV that she's watching, that you can imagine it being the kind of that kind of distraction TV that Bill Hicks was talking about American Gladiators. Just keep you fat and stupid and don't question anything.
Wasn't she
married?
Isn't she married to one of the producers of Red Dwarf? Hence why she was in it.
Oh, I think you may be right. Zee's your man for that question.
Is it Paul something or other? He did a television.
Paul Jackson.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson.
Paul Jackson.
Paul Jackson.
Paul Jackson.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson's the
different animal.
Yeah.
So we're into a nice bit of decor here, isn't it?
Nice bit of soundproofing. We could be doing that with some of the live streams that we've been on.
We just went
Folk
through
in
a
the
scene
toilet.
where it could have been a 1 minute long scene, but it's 5 minutes of Diego Luna talking to this guy in this area.
Oh, well,
And I felt a little bit
guess-
sad for Diego Luna because, you know, the director says to him, okay, you're going to abruptly change your character and you're going to be the suave, sophisticated, cool fashion designer guy. And he could shift his acting by 1% to accommodate that.
Oh,
I know, it's just this fucking... Yeah, it's literally just slicked back his hair and that's it. It's exactly the same. And
Yeah.
just slightly more camp than it would be normally.
Do people in a conversation stand this far apart from each other, usually?
well, I thought we were back in COVID here. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, if they don't stand that far apart, then they won't get that nice little over-the-shoulder angle where you've got one character blurred out and the other one in perfect focus.
Ah,
Here we go again.
And then more of this shit.
back to Saw Gerrera. Yeah.
More of this shit.
You notice
Nice-
I've given up the
nice pair of-
explanations.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So he's subtly trying to probe Saw Gerrera, not in that way, for sort of information and stuff about their upcoming campaign. All right, that's what's going on there.
He says he's going to kill Will once the codes have been taught because he doesn't trust anyone. But when this guy, Pulte, asks if he can just focus on one, it basically telegraphs that he's a spy. And they think he's an Imperial spy, but he might not be an Imperial spy. He might be one for Mon Mothma, as we find out later on.
He's also a part-time juggler with that little bowling pin he's got in his waist.
Flav, hello, Soulmate. Flav makes a really good point, I thought. If those are real sets, no wonder it costs so much. Is that a fair point? Is this where all the budget went?
Well,
Yep, all
that's
those
just-
hills are made of polystyrene.
That's Greenham.
that?
That's Greenham Common Air Force Base, just redressed. So probably didn't cost all that much. Maybe to hire the location, but they've used it before, as we said in Force.
Yep.
I liked it when Andor was filming up in Cleethorpes, just up the road, and I took a little trip up. Oh,
They
fantastic.
filmed some of it in Scotland and left all the sets and stuff, all
I
the
remember
practical stuff behind.
You're saying, yeah.
There was people up posting on Twitter. They were just out for a kind of hill walk and they stumbled upon half a fucking spaceship. Like, what the fuck's this?
All right.
We're getting there, Adam. Don't worry. We're getting there. Don't worry.
A few episodes to go before I get scared.
So, you know the way we've been doing one episode at a time, now we've gone to 3 episodes at a time. It's still a fucking slog. Can we do 6 episodes at once next week?
The good news is you're nearly at the end of the second episode.
Oh,
Fucking hell,
see,
nothing happened then. Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
Flav
nothing
Range
happened.
World Sport, member for 8 months. Thank you, my friend. Please end the poll, Brown, and no pot noodle again. Sorry. Well, I've got one in the cupboard, so thank you, my friend. We're going to end the poll.
Okay, I hope it's definitive.
Okay.
Mud Crab, if I may.
No.
Just a
don't.
correction from earlier on. Mud Crab said that Ruby Wax was married to Ed Bye, who was the Red Dwarf director.
Oh, Mudcrab
Oh,
is
is- okay.
such a valuable member of the chat, but he doesn't appear to have a wrench or a world of sport. I almost pity the man.
Okay, I think I can sort something out.
You can sort something out. Good.
Yeah.
There you go, Mudcrab. That's your old mate Ruin got that one for you. Who snuck in the shot of Blade Runner? That was a cheeky little one.
With the they're tractors, aren't they, that have been redressed a little bit? 'Cause
Are
they've got
they?
the tractor cabins.
I wouldn't be known about no tractors. See,
Is this episode 3 then?
what episode 3? Episode 3.
I
was
mean,
the
episode
What the
3 of
bloody hell have
this.
you been smoking, Brown? This is
Episode
towards the
6.
end of episode 5.
Oh, okay.
This is the Gorman front showing Cassian their plan. Next.
Not the.
I've been in this tunnel since I was 6 years old. Next.
God, it's fucking garbage.
This is Luthen
He's got
and
the wig back.
Claire, bickering over the listening device problem, and they're shitting themselves. Next.
I'm going to end the poll, folks. You got 30
he's ended the poll.
seconds. If you've not voted, Please vote. Question is, do you like Andor? Yes or no? I'll give
Stream
30
highlight coming up in the next.
I'll
Next
give 30
slide.
seconds, everybody.
Did they move the scar on Saul Guerrero's face like they did in the sequels? That's what I want to know.
Move the beer
Don't
belly.
know.
Who's the man, or the I presume a man? I don't know. The guy with the breathing apparatus. Is he droid? Is he alien? Is he a he? Who knows?
Z.
Don't know.
Don't know.
I know the character's surname is rather imaginatively called Two Tubes.
No.
That's a fact.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, we know his surname's Two Tubes, chat. We need the first name, so something Two Tubes. Get to work on that one for us. Christ.
Oh, that's a
what
good
a
slide.
shot.
Well done.
Wow, if only Brown could capture slides like this.
Yeah.
Look, that's
Is that
Yeah, if
Right.
only I could do it, yes.
is that Cyclops from the X-Men?
Yes.
Very good.
oh look, you've even
So
captured
this
the
guy-
tongue through the teeth. Yeah.
This guy has been exposed as an insider.
Trainer.
Yeah, which faction is he working for, Brian?
He's with the Empire.
He's with the Empire.
He's got a transmitter secreted about his person,
Oh, right.
which Plo Koon's brother's picking out from his jacket after he gets shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to end the poll.
There's a statement later on that makes that a bit more ambiguous. See
Paul
what
ending.
Saw has form for just killing people off.
So
Right, the
Deirdre's group, who meet in that room, they're essentially like an analog for the Gestapo. Basically, that's what they are, like a para thing. You
Para
know?
what?
Like a paramilitary, para organization. They're like the Gestapo, police
Oh,
enforcement. secret
common
police.
people would know about that. Poll.
Just going to skip back. If I, before you do the poll, Brown, Obi-Wan wins with fallopian Two Tubes.
That's good.
Okay. Do you like Andor? Poll complete. 115 votes. Well done, guys.
That's more than we've had in all night.
That's really good.
Saul
Okay,
Guerrero's
so-
doing the action figure version of Saul Guerrero there. It's very strange, very stiff.
Okay, I'll start again. Do you like Andor? Poll complete. 115 votes. No, 47%, and the winner, yes, 52.
Oh,
So
Do you know
we
what's-
are wrong.
Do you know what's alarming about those statistics? Because Swappers, even though he hasn't seen it, he hates it. So he would have had about 15 votes in there saying no, we still lost.
Yeah.
well, look, we're making good progress. Quick one round the panel. How are you voting? So, Brian, I don't want any commentary, any ifs, buts, or maybes. It's a simple yes/no question. Do you like Andor? Yes, no.
So it's just, do I like it? No, is it good?
Could you? Yeah. Do you like Andor? Yes, no.
Binary answer, yes or no?
No, I don't. Nope.
No. Kippers, do you like Andor? Yes, no.
No.
I think that was a no. Z, do you like Andor?
I'm 52-48 on it.
It's
That's yes then.
towards a
It's
yes.
It's a Brexit vote.
Brexit.
Yeah, but if everybody's voted though, that's a problem.
Hey,
So yes or no? Yes or no?
I'm going to say yes. It's
yeah,
It's
that's what you might
slow.
say.
but it does get there, like our rail service.
Echo.
Well, if I can only do one of the two words, then I have to do as much intonation and inflection as I can to suggest nuance. So, yes.
What?
Ooh, well done.
I'm pleased for you,
Brown.
man.
Oh, Jesus Christ, take your fucking time, bro.
But it
Jesus
is
fucking God
boring as
almighty.
fuck.
No, you have to stick to the same strictures as us, Brand. Yes or
Say
no?
fucking yes or no. Just
Oh,
Right, throw him off the channel.
when you got to the end of it, did you think, yeah, that's fucking
I
brilliant?
haven't seen. I'm only at episode 6. I've
What?
Jesus fucking Christ!
You haven't watched the 2 best arcs?
I haven't
I'm not-
seen season 1.
Listen,
I've seen 10 minutes of. The
I'm not
first
fucking
arc
sad
of
like
season
you.
2.
As soon as it's online now, I'm going to watch them all in one sitting. Oh, it's only been up 2 minutes. I'm fucking. I'm going to watch them.
Possibly
Oh, here
the
we go. This is the
professionalism
best
of running
bit,
a
though.
channel would see that you would see it quite quickly, Brown.
I
Not
love
6
this,
months
though.
later.
I did love this. Drink, everybody.
Money
I've-
shot.
Brown-
Second money
I
shot.
want some Star Wars.
Brown,
Come
I
on.
just needed a yes or no. I don't know how we got here.
Jeez.
Yes or no, Brown? Don't do that.
Okay.
Just answer the
Yes.
fucking question. Yes. Okay. And I'm a no. So there we go. So I think we
Well,
had...
see, Manuel
50-50.
knows me perfect, and this is genuine, folks. It is a genuine 5.5. Yes, genuine. Yeah, it's marginal.
But
Yeah.
surely there's a difference between liking something and recognizing something is good or not.
Oh, I recognise it's well produced, looks good, blah blah blah. But it's
Well,
just,
that's what I mean.
It's a
You're
little
allowed
bit.
to say you don't like it, but
it's-
you can recognize it's good.
It is, yeah. Can you imagine what this looking like that? How this would be with a really, really superb script and tight editing? We'd be fucking gushing over this. Yeah. But anyway.
This is an important. This is a very
I
important.
wonder how
There you
the
Obi-Wan-
drinkers panel would have answered that question.
Oh,
I think they would have got booted off if they said anyone's dirty.
I've just come. That's how they've answered it.
Ugh.
Obi-Wan Darkside wrenched Woolersport. Obi-Wan Darkside became a YouTube member. Thank you, my friend.
I don't know. I don't know about anyone else, but it just someone
Oh,
else
look
in
at
the chat
that.
says felt a bit jarring. I have to say, I think at this point, Tony Gilroy, like 5 hours into this shit, thought, "Oh, better put a fucking spaceship in. Here we go." Boom. Anyway, back to the boring talky shit.
So they're talking about hijacking the shipment of Imperial weapons.
And this is basically Cassian has realised that the Gorman front are ill-equipped tactically and practically, and any action would make things worse for the Gorman people. So Carol Rylance tells Cassian he's not impressed at all by his pleas for restraint among the Gorman rebels.
Did anybody mention that the Imperial are building that armory, or did I just zone out when somebody said
You
that?
zoned out because we mentioned it 3 times.
Okay.
I've been in this pub since I was 6 years old.
What the fuck is this? Anybody?
I've literally just told you, so move on. Next one. Next. God. This is them stealing the Rhydonium. It's actually not a bad little speech that Saw gives here about being a rebel outcast. As Will manages to fix it properly, and they both get high as fuck off the fumes.
He is quite off his tits.
Yes.
Most of the time. I mean, he's a bit mental in Rebels and Clone Wars as well, to be honest with you. He's not entirely there marbles wise.
Bit of shade for the old.
Yeah, I don't watch Rebels. See how much of a contrast is there between the Rebels iteration and this one?
They're pretty much identical.
Oh, cool.
It's the Clone Wars one where you get to see him in his early life, when his planet was invaded by the droid army. His sister got killed, which is what radicalized him. And they've basically been building up his character since then. I actually quite like the animated Saw Gerrera, all iterations of him. They just all add to the character as a whole. And this man that I see on screen, 100% Saw Gerrera.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you want the chaos agent, the Maverick. It's always a good character to have.
You've always got your wild card in the group.
Yeah. So what is the thing that they're extracting here, and what is its relevance?
For bloody hell, we've said it about 3 fucking times on this stream, Echo. For Christ, it's Rhodonium, and it's the.
I know, but what's it
fuel
for
the stars? For the
fuel for the star.
Reach for the stars.
It's
Climb
fuel
every
for the
mountain
fucking
higher.
the fucking
For the-
the fucking starships, and it blows.
Is that
the
what they
Starship
ran
Troopers.
out of? When when in Last Jedi when they were being chased? Is that what they ran out
Yeah,
of?
that's what I figured they might have been doing there. Let's put as many fuel references in as we can. Who's munching?
Me.
Um,
Do you want one? I've got some chewies.
Oh,
We're gonna-
excellent, please.
we've
I've
got
got some
Mentos
Monster Munch if you want
Pure.
me to fire some over.
we've got a song. Who's singing this then?
Well, Ruin, obviously.
I don't know what
Ruin-
the song is.
Oh,
What's the song?
We
We
can
can
dance
yawn
as
if we want
one.
to, watching Andor all the time. Because if you don't yawn at how long out this is drawn, then you'll take it up there behind.
Nice.
I think the clue was in the name of
Anakin
Anakin
without
without
hats.
hats. Just
Ah.
saying.
Fair play.
Long running channel
Um,
gag.
I'm on my second bag of McCoy's. Big package, folks.
2 hours.
And this is the last
Okay.
slide of episode 5. We're now into
Oh,
straight
okay.
episode 6.
Fuck,
Brown,
something
we
might
are
start
going to do
happening
this
now.
in 2.5 hours, I tell you, man.
I've
Okay.
got a shit hot piece of trivia for a bit that's coming up. You'll really
Oh.
appreciate it, Ruin.
Love it.
Hang on.
I can't wait. Well, look, we all love a good rimmer. Bit of a rimming trade route.
Is that the Scunthorpe Steelworks that the Labour government have saved?
No.
Looks like, you
Oh,
you
is
come
that
up over the
Port
M62
Talbot? Oh,
and you see.
Or was it
Hole.
Port Talbot? Oh, that closed down, didn't it?
This is I swear to God, this is identical to the shot outside the window of a job I used to have about 7 years ago.
Oh,
Mm.
Swappers
Lovely.
and
Where was
having a
that,
job.
Swappers?
Shocker.
Sorry, mate. What was that?
whereabouts was
Swappers and
that?
having a job. Shocker.
That was in Leicester on an industrial estate. I was working in a graphics office, and we had the choice of a ceiling like window thing, you know, the little skylight, or a window that looked out on a load of industrial ducting.
Mm.
If you open the skylight, you get lungs full of like polluting, cancer-inducing fumes. Or you had this dystopian hellscape to feast your eyes on.
Okay, I've got to do a summary, haven't I? So
Oh, no.
Andor went to Gorman in his flowing robes to do something. The young lad with the fuel rod thing went to that Force Awakens base to train somebody up to use the thing, but that he was an intruder or a spy who got blasted in the head. About it, really, isn't it? Anybody?
Let's just say, for the sake of peace and moving on, let's just say yes.
Okay, then, right.
All right.
This felt very Millennium Falcon, thinking, why can't we have some spaceships? Just can we just have one bit of pew pew, please?
Well,
Just
it looks like it's got a Corellian design to it on the interior, doesn't it?
Mm.
Very much like got the modular round ports of the Falcon.
yeah.
So worthwhile seeing this because Andor's of the perspective that it's not worth it with this front because they're too vulnerable, they're not developed enough, and they would get crushed. Whereas he takes the perspective that yes, but that'll be a useful martyrdom because that will flare up and they'll be seen as being, attacked unfairly by the Empire. So they have different perspectives as rebels and insurgents, and it's quite a good little tension.
Mm-hmm. Nicely put. Says me reading it out.
And her bum just got bigger.
Oh, yeah. Good spot.
This is where Andor finds out that is it Luthen has been,
Yeah.
and he goes mental, doesn't
Yeah, which is another great tension. See, this was good. This episode had me hooked back in. All these interesting tensions developing because it's centered around Luthen, who's the most interesting character.
You see, I was torn with the slides in this one because there was this was 2 slides here. This one, which shows her turning and facing, not quite confrontational, but you can tell there's something going on between them. But there was a previous slide that didn't quite convey the tension between the two characters, but showed a magnificent arse. And no, it wasn't Cassian's.
Oh.
Yeah. So Luthen is losing a bit of respect, possibly faith in Cassian here. Because Cassian's basically just confronting him about Bix.
And this looks a bit dodge.
Drink on the gear again. Drink.
Brown still would. It's okay.
And again, another great scene, that confrontation that, you're imposing too much, that you're getting too close into what's personal and matters to me, and that we're not just robots and agents for you. So it exposes and really interestingly explores Luthen's overly ruthless side. And so that's great. All good stuff.
I thought they might have actually got into that a little bit more. You know, you've got 2 different kind of psychos. You've got him, and you've also got obviously Saw Gerrera, and they never really explored that as well as they could have done.
Yeah, it's what I said before. It's just it suffers from a bit of not quiteness. It never gets you all the way to the things they could be exploring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who said CGI hasn't improved? I mean, look at this.
Yeah, welcome back to the prequels.
This is the trivia, Ruin.
Oh, okay. Go Bry.
This is the Oath, known as the Oath Keeper. There's a Senate tradition, and they've got to do a allegiance to the Republic, but this time it's to the Empire, and that's why Mon Mothma's really pissed off. And the swearing in of senators is marked by the investiture holiday, which is the party that Sculdun's having later on, featuring the exhibition, etc. But the Oath Keeper was first mentioned in the 2023 reference book, Star Wars Dawn of Rebellion, the Visual Guide, which was co-written by your pal, Pablo Hidalgo.
Pablo Hidalgo.
Is this...
Shut up. This very might well be a Pablo Hidalgo creation, Ruin.
Really? Oh, now I love him even more.
This alien, does he have his bollocks under his chin?
Well, I was going to say, Brown, does that remind me of your dangleberries? You know, they get the old sagginess going on. But the Pablo character, wow. I changed my mind. I love Andor now.
I don't know what these streams. I always seem to find it a struggle to drink through these streams, and yet you would think this would be the kind of stream that you'd be desperate to down up.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats.
And then Mon does her thing, and she, it's all good. It's fine.
Do you know there's one little feature in this that I actually really liked? Do you know one of the problems with the prequel trilogy is everything looks so static, and you can tell it's in a studio. And yet there was one little, this is the same thing, one little simple trick they did, and that was stick a fucking wind machine so their cape was flowing about, and it just gives a little bit of extra detail that makes you kind of buy that they are where they are. So simple and yet so effective.
Did you get off?
Yeah, or a bit of a panning and tracking also helps, whereas George would just leave it static for so many damn shots. Again, another good thing, this empty, hollow marriage where neither of these people in the marriage have any sort of feeling for each other, but there's this performative aspect to it, which is great. Again,
that was a bit, well, it would have been great, but that was a little bit too close to home for me, to be quite honest.
Brian, can you just give us a quick bit of Lando Calrissian in this scene, if you would?
Lando for what? I'm confused.
Just landed at Cloud City. Come on, give us a bit of Lando.
Well, whatever here.
That's all I wanted.
What happened to Jimmy?
He was scheduling conflicts, which meant Jimmy Smits, not to be confused with Jimmy Savile of LA Law fame, was replaced by Benjamin Bratt. I thought Bratt did a remarkably good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's not Lando, no.
No. It's the wrong colour for a start. This has got to be the wins the prize for the most strained smile in Star Wars history here, because he's facing off against, next slide.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, the cape is back. Yes.
Again, I mean, it's all good, but It's one of those things where they contrive to get like 6 or 7 of the main protagonists all into the same room, straining a little bit because they got the chick is there as well, and she's working on the device, and they got the other guy with the mustache and what have you. That's so good. I like this actor because in real life he's got the most craggy, down-to-earth Australian accent in the world.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. It's fantastic.
Much like
quick-
Robot Head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Quick game of Snog, Marry, Avoid for Z. Z, if you would.
Yes.
Yes to all of them. He's doing all of them. Everyone.
We'll just flip for it.
Boom. Back to.
This was so again, just when the show had me, and then it fucks us over with this prolonged, stupid little conceit about, oh no, the thing won't twist. Ugh.
Well, I was on the edge of my seat. I nearly fell off. It was so amazing.
Loving the egg in the nest and the background there. It's a beautiful show.
There's just so much cocking in this scene.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Surely you would have just gone in the day before as a cleaner and done it then.
Yeah.
Would have made a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it in a busy room?
Yeah.
When there's Imperial people in there.
Well,
with some of the most consequential people in the galaxy are 4
Yeah.
meters away. It's just so stupid.
See, in a real life situation as well, she would have said, I can't get this. Can you take a turn and try and get this done? The same
Yeah.
way as the missus usually does say, I can't open this jar, but of course,
I thought you were going a different direction there for a second.
having said that, he is a bit weedy.
looks like a ham shank gone wrong this scene, doesn't it? I mean,
Jesus Christ. Oh dear.
And this was a nice little, it's all it needed. It didn't need to overheat this little scene. Just a little flicker of, their old relationship and a bit of relief at the end. It was good. But overall, the episode just cratered at the end.
Have you seen the entire thing, Echo?
Yeah, I've seen the entire thing.
oh,
Were you
Yeah,
waiting?
I've
to
seen
give us a
her
little
go
bit
from
of
in the space of 25 minutes. I've seen her go from Newton Alien to Hermione Granger to Matilda from Leon the Professional to fucking Terminator chick in the space of 25 minutes. Fucking hell.
But do you not think it would have been? I mean, I found this character to be totally boring all the way through. Do you not think it would have been better to give us more of a backstory earlier on, maybe even in season 1, so we would have actually cared about this character all the way through?
No, I actually liked her. I liked the realism of having her a bit snooty and uptight and being almost a bit fussy and finicky about things. I thought that was actually quite a good character. They didn't need it to develop it beyond that. There's enough room and scope to play with that. I thought it was good.
These are lesers, aren't they?
all right, Brown, calm down. This reminds me of like a George Clooney Nespresso advert. I don't know what it is about it.
Have you noticed the window is a yin and yang window?
Oh,
Yes. Quite very kind of in your face, isn't it? Like a 70s
So,
bush.
This was another load of bollocks. So Cinta, we've completely forgotten about. She just reappears, bing, and then there she's there. And then why? It's so strange.
Why?
Do you know, we're supposed to be sympathetic towards Cinta's character, and yet she just killed a relatively innocent man in the previous episode, or a couple of previous arc, rather.
And then they girl boss the shit out of these people for a whole scene.
Yep.
Yeah. So
It's a suspicious amount of women.
oh. There we go.
Was this necessary?
Right, we just
Yeah, this is Star
Well-
Wars. Space lesbianisms are necessary.
but again, like
I
you
think
have
rather
a
than sort
couple
of
of
talk
episodes
over-
where things drag on forever, and then this super rushed arc where she reappears, a bit of scissoring, dies. That's it. It's so rushed and botched.
I will say this scene, ironically, isn't a load of bollocks. Think about it.
Grown.
well. I do think we need to give it about a minute of no talk, just for the the people who want to make the most of this scene.
Fucking scissoring.
Anyway, everybody's scissoring.
That is just to emphasize what's coming up, isn't it? So she can go ape shit at that.
Yeah, but that's botched and rushed as well.
At that
Okay, no.
bloke who killed her by accident.
It's the most interesting stuff, and yet it's all. The only thing I can think about they're maybe
Contrived.
trying to aim for is when you watch a George Lucas film, he has the build-up, has the action, and then towards the end of his films, he tends to have 2 or 3 different storylines that all intersect.
Yep.
And they kind of do it for this as well, but it's so rushed to go from so horrendously slow to so quick. I think it just rubbish, fucking rubbish, all things rubbish.
And then the French resistance take on the Gestapo here, and then they take all the guns and stuff. Fine.
So pacing is what you're saying.
Did you not think the order of no one else gets a blaster except us was a bit shit?
What's the point of that exactly?
Yeah.
Because I think that they're too irresponsible and rash, and they're not seasoned professionals, so only those two get blasters?
That's the only thing I could think about in case anyone gets caught in the crossfire. That's the only thing I could think about. But even at that, it seems a bit of a stretch, doesn't it? You think you want everyone to have blasters? What if it was an ambush or something? They'd all be dead.
It's so unclear in this show and in this franchise about why people don't use the stun setting on guns more. Very strange.
Oh God, that's an entire Star Wars problem, possibly.
Anyway, with their French berets, and they take the stuff and they throw it down the thing.
Boring. I think the lesbian love match, there was 2 reasons for that. One is for the DEI bollocks. The second one is so that if there was no real relationship with them before, not really, and it's to make it look as if there is a loss and a reason for someone to be upset.
Yeah, I was trying to make her look like she cared for her.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting that at all.
Deus Ex Machina.
I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't have brought her in an episode earlier, right? To at least streamline that arc.
She died.
She does have some stuff. Sorry, Brent, when you go.
No, I'm just talking shit. Go on.
She does have some stuff in season 1. They are together in season 1 a little bit here and there, but it's not.
Yeah, for a moment, like when she poses as the driver, but it's so just shoehorned in.
Not arc. Sorry, not arc 1. It's season 1.
Well, she died. And she went straight to Doctor Who season 2.
Yeah, but they brought her in to be the driver who assassinates the dude earlier in the season of this, and then she just promptly disappears again. And then they shoehorn her in for this 1 episode arc, which is botched and rushed. God damn it! I'm actually glad I'm doing the stream to remind myself that I'm not talking myself into thinking this show is a classic, because it's actually full of bollocks.
It's definitely not a classic. Yeah.
Anyway, so Kyle MacLachlan is watching from up on the rooftops here, which seems like bollocks as well.
I'm so glad you're calling him Kyle MacLachlan. So I've been calling him that for the last 3 years, and no one else is bitten. That's
these two.
Yeah.
Drink, everybody. He's looking shrewdly and ironically into the middle distance. So
who's been the drinks monitor tonight, Brown? They've done a piss poor job, if you don't mind me saying.
Miserably.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Partagaz and Dedra receiving Cyril's updates, and then there's
She's definitely smelled what he's pumping out in that scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go back. Nearly finished.
Oh.
But another thing, Brian or Z, help me out. The guy here who comes down the street, an episode later, he's just integrated into the resistance anyway. So why is there this confrontation?
Don't know.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, to be quite honest. I mean, he's going to know these guys are on his side, unless it's the frustration of realizing that the whole lot of the Gorman front are no use. That's the only reason I can think of why he would possibly be up against them. Or
Why the fuck are we on planet France, for fuck's sake?
Common people wrenched. Never had these problems when I was drinks monitor.
So is this suggestion that he's just part of the wider disaffected majority who and he's coming to see what's going on, or does he know that this guy's in the front and he's saying, "You guys are amateurs, let me through, and I'm gonna, bustle in and do what I think is right"? Like, is which one of those two things?
I think he's just curious as to what's going on, and he seems to be the kind of guy that resents authority based on the get it round you thing.
So that was
in the previous.
So that was all ambiguous, and so you don't quite know what's going on here. And then there's like a shot rings out, and then he shoves his arm away when he tries to blast at him, and so in the act of that, he just happens to shoot center. Is that what happens?
Oh, we didn't see.
But I've got a bigger problem that we'll get to in a couple of slides.
But that was botched as well, because then technically it was just an accident. He didn't
Where
like
did she
literally
come from?
shoot her. Yeah, what was she doing loitering there? Oh, she went. We saw her go out to check what's going on, didn't we? Yeah. Anyway,
Here's the problem I've got when you the next couple of slides. There's Vale looking devastated. This is the bit that pisses me off.
What, just this bit?
Yes. Because this guy gets off completely and utterly scot-free.
yeah,
This is the guy that fucked up their mission, who got in the way, who caused the problem, and yet he's stoically lifting up the corpse and taking her away.
Yeah,
And not
right.
not one, what the fuck were you doing? What are you up to? Nothing. The blame goes on. Aye.
Yeah, I mean, the other Frenchy dude was an amateur, but he was trying to basically do the right thing, and then this guy botched everything up for everyone by being an intransigent, reckless kind of guy who just has to bustle in. So he's basically responsible. But you're right; it tonally, contextually, it's a mess.
I had no idea Danny Dyer was in this.
Yes.
Danny Dyer. What a knob. Danny Dyer's career peaked when he was 20 in that human traffic thing.
I watched Marching Powder yesterday.
Oh, right.
Did you?
A completely meaningless film with an irredeemable character, but it was really fun.
But it was better than Andor, right?
No.
This I had problems with.
Yeah, this was annoying.
It's
I
just,
might be the only person on the internet that watched this and thought it was a kind of almost a meta commentary.
it's just a metaphor for everything that's going on in
This-
Well,
entertainment.
Maybe, but I kind of thought of it as it was almost as if, look at this wonderful girl boss we had, saying to the audience of blokes, you want to be one of this, you want to be that, and she's better than you. That's how I saw it after about the third viewing.
Yeah, you're a white male, you're useless, you're worthless, you're a piece of shit, you don't deserve to exist.
This
see-
slide here just screams of an advert for helping men with male impotency.
I mean, she's technically in charge of the operation, so she's kind of responsible for what happens on her watch.
Gavin, very disappointed.
Common people there with the hilarious mild racism, but
Are you racist, Farah?
Why do you have that big telescope in your bedroom, Brown?
Yeah, he's perving over some woman in a skyscraper across the way, I think.
well, this is in fact Catherine.
Catherine
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
A big swing of Jack, and I've lost the plot. This is Cassian spotting Luthen's bat signal, which you'll see in the next slide.
Oh,
yeah.
the
Somebody press the button in the name of the Lord.
Here we go.
And there in the
It's like
distance, if you look, you'll
Pac-Man.
see a little.
that was like a pair of bollocks.
Conjoined Pac-Man twins.
Chaps eye.
Conjoined Pac-Man twins. Good job. Okay, yeah, fine. Next.
Next.
Oh,
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Mock.
Matron.
Oh, I didn't know Nicholas Holt was in this.
This could have been half an episode. This one scene.
Really? Well,
And they
at
just-
Andor's
they
pace.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
It
well, in a good
easily.
way though. It could have been if you could have seen everything they had to do to get there, how Bix had to get there, but that clearly wasn't interesting enough for the writers. This is Bix infiltrating
Yeah,
the facility.
I kind of go a different way. I think this was ideal as a little coda to the episode. It had lost me, and then it won me back with this, where it's a good little idea that she finds a way to take back her agency to stop the nightmares and the trauma by taking back her agency. It's a good little twist at the end. I liked it, and it's also a big middle finger to what's his face with the wig. We're not going to be pushed around by you. We're going to take our own risks, and we're going to have our own agency. So it was a good coda to the episode.
Hey, I got one of those gags.
Fuck's sake. I just think this could have been spread out a little bit better. And the reason, the reason why she's there is because of the Imperial officer, Lonnie, who suggested that we were taking in too many people and they need to do something about it. So Gorst is going to be given much more reign. So that's Luton said. He must have found that out. I'm assuming from Lonnie, although it's never said, and that's why they're going to take him out.
I like the sniper scope on his pistol there. Yeah.
The only thing is here, he should have, when that bomb went off, they should have turned round.
No, I think it's more cool, kind of gangster to do it like that. But why bomb the building? Wouldn't that just kill the guy who's in the chair?
They could just have shot him, yeah.
But isn't the whole point that they want to prolong his torture? Like he tortured people prolongedly.
They want him to suffer like she suffered.
Yeah, so why bomb the building?
They did unspeakable things to him. You know that, right?
I've got an answer to that.
What?
I think possibly they want to destroy the equipment as well and cause him a bit.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Austin Wood's asking the important questions. Would you hit my Mothra? Yeah, I punch my Mothra. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It does my fucking head in.
Right in the tits.
Tit, singular.
Oh, we've done it. Can you believe it?
Oh my God, is it over? Are we finished? Holy shit.
That's
Lord.
Is that the end of season 2 of Andor?
Arc 2.
Oh, Arc 2.
You remember that planet, don't you? Arc 2.
The Hawk 2.
So,
look,
basically.
They said it couldn't be done. They said we couldn't do 3 episodes, and we did it in just creeping towards 2.5 hours. Wow, fantastic work. Well, it certainly was. It was a thing, wasn't it? 102 man babies in the chat. We had 2 sneak in. Well, look, we should go around a panel
I've
and
got to
find
do a
out.
summary, apparently.
A summary?
Okay.
Oh, no.
So,
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Common.
Okay. So the French resistance were doing a raid to get some munitions after the kind of tender lesbian love scene. Cyril was watching from afar, being his double agent for his missus. This big burly bloke turned up and accidentally the Doctor Who assistant got killed. And then after they went into the sewers, the lesbian lover of the dead Doctor's assistant.
See, this is my equivalent of being in that torture device. This is what would be pumped into my brain if I had
started systematically destroying the toxic white male. What's it?
I agree with you, Echo, 100%. This is Brown reading out story summaries of Star Wars episodes is probably the screams of dying children to me as well.
Yeah. I'd be thrashing around and shrieking in my chair.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well,
cheers, everybody. That's special. Thank you.
Well, look, half the panel liked Andor, half didn't. Half the chat liked Andor, half didn't. We have this
drink.
balance,
All of Drinker's channel loved
light
Andor.
in the dark. But let's go around the panel, find out what they thought of episodes 4, 5, and 6, or what is it? Story arc 2, subplot 4.
If I may, chat. If you've seen these episodes, throw us a mark out of 10. I'll flash them up.
Well, look, let's go to the man who put all the hard work in on these slides to get us through them that much quicker, not Brian. So, Brian, you're way more informed than most of us here. So, what do you think of Andor 4 to 6?
Can I just say, first of all, I hope you all appreciate how much I suffered to have to go and put myself through
I do, mate.
this
amazing
fucking program because I've never been a fan. There's some fabulous bits in it. I think there's some tremendous monologues in it. But it's the pacing issue is the biggest thing for me. I think there's areas that could be explored and could be a lot of fun, could be really exciting, could be interesting. But it seems to wants to feature on the admin side of it far too much for me, and the characters are relatively dull. You're welcome, Flav. Just I noticed Flav saying thank you in the chat there. But I don't know. This thing has just never been Star Wars for me. I can appreciate a lot of the good bits in it, but it doesn't have the adventure. It doesn't have the excitement. It doesn't have the musical score that was so important and underpinned Star Wars. Do I have to give it a rating? It's hard because on one side I don't really like it, but I can appreciate a lot of the good things about it. So this particular arc, I'd probably give it maybe a 6.5, 7 at a push.
Where's he gone? What have I done, Brown? Hello? What's happened?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back again. Jesus.
Sorry. I think that might be. I was trying to remove you from solo layout, Brian. I think
you utter bat. I don't even know what I've been sitting here talking to the fucking.
No, you
we didn't hear any of it, Brian. The last thing we heard was, "I hope you appreciate how much," and then that was it. You went.
No, we heard your monologue. It was
I'll be fucked if I'm going through that
again. It was
again.
better than a Tony Gilroy monologue.
Do you know what the drink's kicking in? So anything I say from this moment on is just don't count. Just don't hold it against me, chat. For the love of God.
What was your score again,
Don't worry,
Brian?
I'll hold it against you. Don't worry.
Somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. Okay, Echo, let's go to you for some common people style common sense. What did you make of 4, 5, and 6, Echo?
As Andor giveth, Andor taketh away. Some really good elements, good bits and pieces, but it never strings together, and then it just dips into lulls that seem incongruous, that don't work, that are contrived. And it's so frustrating because you've got great actors. It never quite gets there. Just as the Return of the Jedi has like solemn, sophisticated stuff, and then it veers off frustratingly into kiddie, childish kind of stuff. And it becomes jarring and inconsistent in that way. This show goes the other way. It has like, it goes too far off into being too serious, too literal. The world is too literally like ours in a way that takes away from the world building of your own imagination. So that literalism is actually kind of a drag for me. It's a show that has fantastic monologues, great tensions, fantastic scenes, top notch. But that also exists in a show that has paper, rock, and scissors, a fat chick in a boiler suit, and elevator music and hospital elevators. So it's all over the place tonally. It never quite gets you. So I have to give it. I don't even know what score to give it. I give it a. Then again, I have to think that all the Star Wars that's come previous, and just on its own as good quality content, all this, everything else, this should be the baseline for Star Wars. This shouldn't be something we're celebrating. This should be baseline Star Wars quality entertainment. So it's an indictment of everything that comes before. It makes the sequels look like utter dog shit because it shows all the potential of what could have been done. I go 7.5.
Okay, there we go. Hit the right button this time. Darth Kipling, let's go to you. If you could just put down the shells for a moment and give us your thoughts.
I'd probably give it about a 4, to be honest with you. I mean, like Echo said, there's got generally some genuinely good moments in it, some decent set pieces, some great character design. I can't really rate the score that much. It's not really that memorable. It doesn't feel like Star Wars when I'm watching it, even though there are certain bits that look like it. Cut it all down to about 3 hours. Take out the real world swear words.
Lesbians.
Put a John Williams score to it, and I'd probably enjoy it. But without that, it's going to be about a 3.5.
3.5.
You haven't
He's
seen it,
gone a
have you,
little bit
Swappers?
lower.
You haven't watched it at all, have you? Let's be
No,
honest.
but I don't need to because I've got it all from you guys.
I admire a man that can
I'm
get
just trying to
photos into
listen
your
to you
stream
all talk
before,
about it and actually watch it.
before anyone discovers that you haven't actually seen it.
Zee, you're next up. So Zee, what do you think? Andor 4 to 6.
It was okay. It was better than last week's. The first arc. It was that was pretty dire. This was a bit better than that. Things happened. I watched them. Pretty sure. And that was 3 hours of my life I'm not getting back. That's all I can say. I'm so sorry.
You got a score you want to proffer?
Well, I'm going to give it a 6.
Oh, okay.
Because there were some elements that were done well and some which were really not. I mean, just when you think Tony Gilroy's mastered everything, he comes out like rock, paper, scissors in the last arc. What the fuck was that about? And, well, I stuck with it. Let's just say that.
So out of 6 hours, you could have jettisoned the first 3 episodes and then maybe had an hour and a half or 2 at max. So out of 6 hours, you could have maybe 1.5 hours worth of good content that was actually needed to be there.
It's like what happened with the TIE Advance fighter.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a pointless.
What happened to it?
I don't know.
It advanced.
Avenger, I mean. What happened to it? Oh.
Yeah, we certainly didn't see it in the original trilogy, did we?
Well, they stole it.
And then what?
Yeah.
Well, they also stole the plans somehow, and they were never able to make another one ever.
Okay.
Well, Brown, you're going to wrap it all up. So let's give you the floor. What do you make? Andor 4 to 6.
Okay, I was bored watching them, but I can appreciate how it looked, the production. Again, it's all the people in the back room making it look beautiful. Obviously, you can see it on the screen. You can genuinely see it on the screen. Great cast. It's just, it is all over the place. It is boring, but I did enjoy what I saw, kind of. Sometimes it felt like he was taking the piss or we were being trolled with the French resistance. Again, episodes 1, 2, 3, was it needed? No. Rock, paper, scissors, all that bollocks. I am going to. This is genuine, folks. 5.5. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Genuine.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, look. Here's where I'm at with Andor. You've got people saying, "Oh, it's fantastic. It's great writing. It's so deep. It weaves into the very soul of what is Star Wars." And the same people will say, "But wait till you get to episode 8. You're gonna love it." I'm like, "What the fuck? I've got to sit through 7 episodes of this shit before things get good." No, it's not doing it for me in the slightest. I'm very sorry.
The best bit about... Shit, sorry. It's your turn. I'll shut up.
No.
Yeah, shut up.
No, sorry.
Fuck off.
No, Brian, I mean, obviously we are, if we do it in another 3, then we are going to get to the good stuff apparently next week, but Christ, it's a slog, this shit, I'll tell you. I mean, it's...
The thing is, right, what gets me is I've been watching 1 episode a day. You look at the duration, and Brian, I feel for you, mate. I feel for you, right? You look at the episode length, it's like 55 minutes per episode. It's like, what the
fuck?
Yeah, and in the episode with that we just looked at, there's only 3 things that happen. There's a French resistance takeover of the thing. They go to the party. They have to get the microphone bug off, and one other thing happens in 55 minutes.
There's 40 minutes if you're generous. Yeah.
I'd happily forgive it for all its mundanity if Mon Mothma was wearing Princess Leia's slave bikini all the way through.
That would have gone down a storm at the party.
Oh yes, jiggle joggle.
I think that's it, folks. Is that it, Ruin?
Yeah, I mean, all I'm going to say is bring back the good old days of Ahsoka season 1. No, I mean, the Acolyte. Remember that? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, look, we got there, folks. Big thanks to everyone. Thanks to all the retrobates on the panel. Big thank you to Zee-ThreePIO.
Thank you very much for hanging on. It does get better next week.
Oh, yes, it does. It's
of course it does.
Big thanks to Darth Kippers.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to Disney and what's his face for making this show and boring me to tears, even though I'm not watching it.
Gilroy. Big thanks to Australia's number 2 streamer. How many joking Echo? It's Echo Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Great to have you on, mate.
Thanks, boys. Yeah. 6 to 9. There's some legitimately good stuff in there.
Fuck's sake.
Hold on tight.
Hold on tight. So that means next week, folks, skip the first hour. Join us about 11 p.m. Local time. Starts getting good then. And last but not least, he's updated his avatar, everyone. Thank you to Not Brian, and thank you, extended thanks, Brian, for all the hard work on the production.
Yes, very good, Brian. Very good, Brian.
Thank you very much, Rowan. Thanks also to you've taken all the people off the stream, and I've been out drinking the alcohol, and I cannot see who I am supposed to thank, but all the people in the panels. I hope I didn't bore the arse off people, all these fucking stupid little updates I had to put on this. It's been somewhat traumatic. This fucking season 2. Thanks to Brun, the Shelf Kipling, Echo, and of course the fine lads, lasses, non-binaries, or whatever you have in the chat for putting up with this utter tripe. Anyway, thank you all.
That's a wrap then, Brown. Do you want to close us down?
I think you can see us out. Chat, you're wonderful. We'll see you next time. Ruben, do you want to see us out? Good work as ever, mate.
3 minutes.
Yeah, well, look, I'm just going to leave you with
Drew's
one.
posted a link. You can check that out afterwards, folks.
I don't know if I'm drunk or not, but I feel like an after party. So we can talk about something interesting for a change.
They want to know where the fun stuff is after the stream. Well, Brown will drop it in the chat.
Open
I'm just going to leave with this. Closing thought.
Could you sing us out?
What would Mega Geek say if he was here? That's all. I'm just going to leave you with that.
It's shit.
The woke has killed this. It's woke, and if you can't see it,
what a waste of my time.
It's not Star Wars. You know what I mean?
It's
get your tits out, Mothma.
Oh shit!
I can't read that.